Gavi. So looking at the Barcelona lineup, it is Szczesny in goal, Jules Koundé, Pau Kabasi, Inigo Martinez, Gerard Martin, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, Rafinha and Ferran Torres. On the bench is Ronald Araujo, Andre Christensen, Ansu Fati, Hector Fort, Eric Garcia, Gavi, Inaki Peña, Mark ter Stegen, Fermin Lopez, Pau Victor and Pablo Torre. Real Madrid don't have the Champions League to go for anymore after their exit last week was confirmed against Arsenal, but they've made 5 changes from the side that won 1-0 away against Getafe. Rudiger, Mendy, Ceballos, Bellingham and Rodrigo all come into the starting lineup. Alaba, Garcia, Diaz, Gula and Endrick are dropped to the bench. So the starting lineup for Carlo Ancelotti's side: Thibaut Courtois in goal, Raul Asensio, Jude Bellingham, Dani Ceballos, Lucas Vazquez, Ferland Mendy, Rodrigo, Antonio Rudiger, Aurelien Tchouameni, Federico Valverde and Vinicius Junior. On the bench is David Alaba, Brahim Diaz, Endrick, Fran Garcia, Arda Güler, Andre Lunin, Kylian Mbappe, Luka Modric and Jesus Vallejo. The two sides make the way out onto the turf here at Estadio de la Catoya. And in charge of proceedings is Ricardo de Burgos, who's just calling the two captains to the middle, which is Lucas Vazquez for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois just making his way into his goal as well. The two sides will, of course, go through the expectation of a team huddle and the pictures prior to the game kicking off. Barcelona won the last meeting between the two sides back in January with a scoreline of 5-2, and they sit 4 points clear of Real Madrid at the top of the La Liga table, heading into the final 5 games of the Spanish domestic season. Real Madrid, of course, exited the Champions League to Arsenal. This is their last chance of silverware other than the La Liga. Barcelona still looking at the domestic treble, still in the Champions League, of course, as well, top of the La Liga table. Both sides going through very difficult fixtures in the semi-final to get to this position, having beat Atletico 1-0 after a 4-4 draw in the first leg of the semi-final. Barcelona find themselves here. Real Madrid had to go a little bit longer. They drew 4-4 against Real Sociedad in the semi-final first leg, but only managed to get the 1-0 victory over Sociedad after extra time. And we've got Pablo Gonzalez in the VAR room should we require any VAR assistance throughout the course of this afternoon. And Martinez wears the armband for Barcelona as the two sides now head back to their respective halves of the field in preparation for this game getting underway. It is a game marked in plenty of history, and we'll write another chapter of Barcelona against Real Madrid. The two sides leave the huddle now. Barcelona in the blue and red stripes, of course. Real Madrid, white shirts, heading into this game. On the referee of Ricardo de Burgos, we will get this game underway. It is a sellout here at Estadio de la Catoya for the final of the Copa del Rey for the 2024-25 season. Two of the most successful sides in this competition, but they haven't met each other at this stage in over a decade. It is Barcelona that will get things underway for us, and Ferran Torres is stood inside the centre circle awaiting the whistle from the referee to get things underway. And on that whistle he plays the ball immediately back to Frankie de Jong just on the edge of the centre circle, who goes further back to Martinez just to slow things down for Barcelona immediately for the start. No need to rush and get the ball upfield, which is something that a lot of sides do tend to do when they're going against the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid. Try and put the pressure on the bigger sides earlier on, but Barcelona, I wouldn't say necessarily are the favourites going into this game. They've rested a couple of star players, knowing that they've got a Champions League fixture to keep an eye on. Now the ball's played across to Kabasi, out to Koundé on the right hand side, about halfway between the edge of the area and the centre circle. He goes back again to Kabasi, now all the way back to Szczesny. Gets his first touch of the game. Out to Martinez, dangerous turn from him, almost straight into the path of Rodrigo, but manages to get the pass off to Martin first. Martin's clearance, though, gives the ball back to Real Madrid. And on that right-hand side, Rodrigo tries to beat his man, but Rafinha wins it back, plays the ball down the line, and he's going to chase it himself down that left-hand side, but Koundé gets there first. And Vasquez beats him to it and plays the ball all the way back to Asensio just outside of his area. Asensio goes left to Rudiger, helps the ball on to Ferland Mendy on the left-hand side. Both Rudiger and Mendy into the starting lineup for Real Madrid this afternoon. And down that left-hand side, the ball goes out of play for a Barcelona throw-in, and Koundé takes it. Two sides that were very reserved, trying to create some chances in that final third, hoping that there will be some gaps to find if they remain just patient enough. As now in the middle of the field, Frenkie de Jong gets the ball, composed under pressure from Vinicius Jr. Turns inside the centre circle, plays the ball out left though, finds Rafinha wide left, just on the outside of the area, plays it through the middle into Yamal. Yamal's going to chase this through, but Rudiger gets there first, and it's going to be a corner to Barcelona, out on the left-hand side. That was all too easy for Barcelona to get the way through. Ferran Torres just skipped past Asensio on the edge of the area. And a corner now for Real Madrid on the left-hand side. Players moving up from the back. Kabasi and Martinez can be seen just on the edge of the 6-yard box towards the back post. In swinging corner on its way from the left. Taken in towards the 6-yard box, headed just over by Martinez. And we're going to have a goal kick to Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois will go and fetch the ball from the stands and place this on the left-hand side of the 6-yard box to get things back underway for us. Has Asensio inside the 6-yard box as well if he wants to go for a short option. Brings it into the centre. He looked over towards his manager for a bit of direction at that point. He's got Rudiger to his left. He's still got Asensio to his right. Barcelona players crowding the outside of the area. Plays it a couple of yards further ahead for Rudiger, whose first-time clearance gives possession back to Barcelona. Martin's header, though, ricochets back off Rodrigo, nearly falls into the path of Vinicius Jr. And it's won back defensively by Martinez, who plays the ball all the way back to Szczesny, just outside of his 6-yard box. Szczesny takes no chances and gets the ball out from under his feet, back to Martin on the left-hand side. Down the line is Pedri. Pedri gets the ball, takes it away from Vinicius Jr. Now across the right-hand side to Kabasi. Kabasi up towards the centre circle, turns back on the ball and back to the edge of the area, plays this back now to Szczesny. And Szczesny comes away with the ball. Plays it up towards Pedri. Pedri's first time touch. Plays it through to De Jong. De Jong's laid the ball out onto the left-hand side. Rafinha's going to chase this down. He's gone down to ground and won his side of throwing on that left-hand side. It just looked like a late tackle there from the Real Madrid captain, Lucas Vasquez, just on the back of the calf area of Rafinha. He's good to carry on without the requirement of the physio assistance, which is good news for Barcelona fans, but Gerard Martin takes the throw in, rolls it down now to Rafinha. Rafinha goes across to Kabasi, now to Koundé, inside to Frenkie de Jong, just outside of the centre circle again, goes left 5 yards to Pedri. Pedri helps this along now to Martinez, whilst he was under pressure as well. Out now to Martin by the touchline, inside to Pedri. Pedri back to Martinez. And now to Pedri, back to the touchline again with Olmo. And now Martin. Martin's touch is too heavy. He goes into a 50-50 challenge. Barcelona want the throw-in, but it's been given in Real Madrid's favour. On the right-hand side, it's going to be taken by Lucas Vasquez. Only a small argument back from Rafinha, but the referee is stuck with his decision. The throw-in's taken from Vasquez into Tchouaméni. First-time clearance upfield puts Barcelona under some kind of pressure with Vinicius Jr. in the area. And it's won back in midfield by Jude Bellingham, who helps the ball back onto the left-hand side with Ferland Mendy. Chasing down the left-hand side now is Vinicius Jr. and the flag goes up against him, and it's going to be a free kick to Barcelona. A well-held line quite high up for Barcelona. It's dangerous against the energy that Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. provide, but a very high line at that point. You'd say about 5 yards into Real Madrid's half is where they've got possession, and the furthest player back for Barcelona, outfield player that is is around 2 yards inside of the centre circle, inside of Barcelona's half. So a very high line being played. And if that offside trap can be sprung by Rodrigo or Vinicius Jr., you'd fancy their chances. They're very energetic players. Probably got the run on both Asensio and Rudiger as well. Got the run on Martinez and Kabasi also. Now Bellingham's tackle wins a throw-in. Gives a throw-in away to Barcelona on the left-hand side, to be taken by Martin around about 10 yards inside of Real Madrid's half on the left. Martin takes it and throws it down short to Martinez. Back to Martin again. Chases this down the left-hand side. He's got space to keep on going. Plays it back now to Pedri. And Pedri turns back on the ball, looks out left for Martin. He's found himself in some space again. Goes back to the halfway line now, though, to Martinez. Inside to De Jong. Now to Pedri. Pedri to Martin. Back again to De Jong. 10 yards to his right, just outside of the centre circle for Kabasi. Kabasi looks to thread this through. Behind the needle pass to Lamine Yamal, but he loses out on possession, and Real Madrid will clear the lines onto the right-hand side for Vasquez. Vasquez just outside of the area, turns back in a dangerous position and plays the ball back to Asensio. Now to Vasquez. Knocks the ball off of the ankles of Pedri and wins his side of throwing inside their own half. Very experienced play from Vasquez. Saw the run that was being made by Lamine Yamal. And just played the ball off of the ankle. Being taken down the line though by Vasquez, and it's given possession almost too easily back to Barcelona. Defensively now though, Kabasi gets the ball. He's under quick pressure from Rodrigo and has to get the pass away. Manages to do so. It's now De Jong. De Jong plays this out to Olmo. Olmo's outside of the foot pass, tries to get it through for Ferran Torres, but it's well read defensively by Real Madrid, and they win a free kick now inside their own half. Valverde, I think it is, that's gone down to ground. Waiting for the tackle, invited the tackle from Dani Olmo. The free kick has been given in Real Madrid's favour. Slow to get back to his feet now as well, and we are going to have physio assistance on. The Real Madrid player that's down on the ground is Ferland Mendy. Ancelotti will want to make sure that everything's good to go. He won't want to be forced into a change this early on, but David Alaba can get kitted up and ready, I'm sure, if needed, as can Fran Garcia, should he be required to drop in at fullback. It was actually an earlier collision that's left Mendy going down to ground. The physio's on to check with him now. It isn't what's resulted in the free kick. It was an earlier challenge and he's just trying to fight through it, and he's not managed to do so. So I think we are going to see the first change of the afternoon, and it is going to be Fran Garcia coming on in place of Ferland Mendy. So a like-for-like change for Real Madrid, but it's a forced change for Real Madrid nonetheless. And yeah, Vinicius Jr. has stood around that area now, and he's just indicated back to the bench the substitutions required. The physio's then confirmed this. Ferland Mendy is going to need to leave the field. So less than 10 minutes into the Copa del Rey final, and it has indicated an end to the game for Ferland Mendy. Carlo Ancelotti just issuing some extra instructions there to Rodrigo as he heads back onto the field. Now Fran Garcia will receive his final instructions. It's not good news for Madrid. The referee's just indicating that they need to hurry things up, but I mean, I suppose if Ferland Mendy's going to struggle to walk off, what are we expecting? We've told them that they need to get him off the field so they can continue with the game and continue with the treatment off. And it just looks like it might be quite awkward how Yamal's landed on him after the tackle that's been made. It's a good tackle from Ferland Mendy. It's just like it's an awkward landing on the back of it, but he's back to his feet. He is leaving the field, to a round of applause from the Real Madrid supporters. Receiving a handshake from multiple of his teammates and a couple of Barcelona players in there as well. And Fran Garcia is going to come on in his place. So an early change has been forced for Real Madrid. And with only the a Liga title after this to fight for. They'll be hoping not to get too many injuries in a fixture like this, whilst they'll be keeping an eye on Barcelona's success over the course of the next couple of weeks, especially in league fixtures, to see if they can close that gap from 4 points at any point. But none of the top 2 goal scorers for Real Madrid in this competition this season are in the starting lineup. And from the free kick, ball is played out left to Fran Garcia. Garcia will have his first involvement, and it is giving possession away to Barcelona. One back inside of their own half by Kabasi. It's quite a simple pass that is intercepted there as well. Kabasi's long ball over the top goes towards Torres again, but it's away by Asensio. Out to Garcia. Garcia again gives the ball away on that left-hand side, but this time he wins a throw-in. It's just from a heavy touch that's there from Koundé. It's not from a challenge or anything. And the throw-in's taken by Fran Garcia. He just needs to ease himself into this game, catch up with the pace of it. Barcelona playing patiently, but Real Madrid are trying to find that pass into the final third much quicker than Barcelona at the moment. He needs to get up to the pace that his side are trying to play at, especially down that left-hand side. He'll be up against quite a bit with Lamine Yamal. But now it's in midfield with Valverde. Just get that pass on the over the top into space for Vinicius Junior to chase, but closed down by Pedri, and it wins a throw-in for Real Madrid inside their own half. Throw-in goes down the line for Vinicius Junior again, won back this time by Martin inside his own half, plays this all the way back to Martinez just outside of his own area. Martinez lets this run into the area before playing 15 yards to his right for Kabasi. Kabasi upfield to the halfway line now. De Jong will turn in confidence, play the ball out onto the right-hand side. It's with Yamal. Yamal skips past Fran Garcia on the right-hand side, takes it to the edge of the area, tries to nip it inside of Rudiger. Garcia's back, making up the lost ground, and it's going to be a corner for Barcelona, but it's on that right-hand side for Lamine Yamal, who's just taken the ball neatly over the top of Fran Garcia and then just knocked it quite easily on the inside of Asensio as well. And I think if it wasn't for Garcia getting back, Yamal was beating even Asensio to the second ball. But we've got an in-swinging corner on its way from the right-hand side for Barcelona, in towards the middle, headed away by Rudiger. As far as the edge of the area, De Jong collects it onto his right foot. Can he get across back into the middle? No, he's forced to switch this onto the right-hand side for Yamal. Still quite far outside of the area, though, as Barcelona begin to regroup. It allows Real Madrid to do the exact same thing. Now Rafinha gets the ball, and De Jong goes in for another heavy tackle. The ball falls in their favour, though. Back to Lamine Yamal. Out to Martinez, down the left-hand side to Martin. And now to Pedri. Pedri can run through the middle. He has the freedom to do so in that role in the midfield area. De Jong goes into the tackle with Jude Bellingham and concedes a free kick, though, about 15 yards outside of the Real Madrid area. Just a late tackle going into Jude Bellingham. Free kick taken quickly, back to Asensio. Asensio's ball down the right-hand side, brought down by Vinicius Junior. Tackle comes in from Martin, wins it back for Barcelona, now plays it to Pedri. Pedri waits for the run of Rafinha on the left-hand side, doesn't get it, loses out on possession, but Real Madrid, as soon as they get it back into Barcelona's half, it's won back by Barcelona. Now Koundé on the right-hand side, drives forward up towards the halfway line, then makes the pass back into his own half to Kabasi. Kabasi now to Szczesny. Szczesny out to Martinez. Martinez can venture up towards the halfway line again. He brings the Barcelona defence with him. Out onto the left-hand side for Martin. Martin threads this through for Rafinha inside the area. Across the middle it goes. There's no Barcelona players making the run. Lamine Yamal's late, but Garcia gets the ball away first. Out to Koundé, though, on the edge of the area. Now across to Pedri. Pedri chips it over the top, but it's an awful ball, and it's straight into that hands of Thibaut Courtois, who slows things down for Real Madrid. They're on the back foot at the moment on Madrid. Struggling to really get the ball outside of their own half. Barcelona are controlling the game very easily towards Jude Bellingham. Bellingham heads this on now for Vinicius Junior. Onto the right-hand side in plenty of space is Rodrigo on the edge of the area. Junior's held his run on the edge of the area. More central though. He gets the possession now. Waits for that run from Bellingham. Instead tries to find the pass out onto the left hand side, but it's not there for Dani Ceballos. And Barcelona will break onto the left hand side now. Rafinha heads it into space onto the edge of the area. Across the middle it goes. Superb tackle made there by Asensio inside of the area. Yamal just looked like he was knocking that past Courtois, but he's just thrown himself in the way and got the block in. And then Courtois has been able to move out and collect the ball. Now up towards Bellingham at the halfway line. Bellingham, can Madrid now try and get the ball into Barcelona's half? The supporters are very much behind him at the moment as Vasquez gets this out on the right hand side. Goes back onto the inside for Bellingham, and his left-footed cross over to the left-hand side is going to be chased down by Garcia. He's not going to be able to keep it in play. And it will go out for a goal kick. That initial tackle was... Ooh, actually, I thought he'd just thrown himself down and got the block in. We might have a VAR check here for a penalty. We're not going to. The referee said that after the VAR check it's fine to carry on, but that is dangerously close. The sliding tackle, I thought he'd got his body in the way of it. It's come off of a trailing hand from Real Madrid, so they're lucky to have not conceded a penalty at that point, but we've just looked at the replay that indicates that a handball was there, and VAR could have had the chance to overturn that and give a penalty away. There weren't any calls from Barcelona players. There were none in the area, and after going in for the tackle, Lamine Yamal wasn't even looking in that direction, so could maybe have been harsh to do so. And now a free kick's being given to Barcelona inside Real Madrid's half for Jude Bellingham's tackle on Lamine Yamal. Bellingham is very unhappy with the referee's decision. The free kick has been given. It's taken by De Jong across to Pedri. Out to the left-hand side from Pedri to Martin. Martin inside to Rafinha. Back to Pedri again. Helped further back to Martinez at the halfway line. Martinez goes across now to Kabasi. Inside the centre circle, inside his own half. Kabasi out right now for Koundé. Koundé down the line for Yamal. Yamal by the touchline. Into his own half towards Pedri. Pedri again inside the centre circle. Through the middle. Finds some space now for Ferran Torres. Drops the ball off with his first touch to De Jong. Now for Pedri again. Out to Yamal just outside of the area. Up against Garcia. Yamal onto his left foot. Sends it across the face of goal. Just wide. All it needed was a touch from any Barcelona player to divert that goalwards. That is a very dangerous ball from Lamine Yamal. Just trickled across the 6-yard box. No Real Madrid player dare get in front of it. Rudiger had to step away knowing that he'd have just directed it towards his own goal. And all it needed was one player. There was Olmo and Torres both in there, and neither could get onto the end of it. Well, now the goal kick's taken short again from Courtois, and the first time clearance away from Rudiger, and the possession is back again in Barcelona's favour inside their own half. Now it's across to Martinez, just outside of the centre circle. It has been pure domination from Barcelona. In the opening 20 minutes, they've had 73% of the possession. And it's pretty much all been inside of Real Madrid's half. Now Martinez, a late tackle there on Rafinha. We're going to have a free kick to Barcelona. His first pass to Rafinha. Rafinha gave it straight back and went down to ground. And it's an easy decision for the referee to make, to give the free kick. It was Lucas Vasquez that just went straight into the back of him, and it was after the ball had been played from Rafinha. I think Vasquez is lucky not to have conceded a penalty there. Conceded a penalty, to have received the yellow card, sorry. He was lucky to have not conceded a penalty earlier. In a dangerous position, Barcelona stood over the free kick, and it is Rafinha that is doing so. Courtois just sets his stall up. Pedri stood over the free kick as well, so it's either him or Rafinha will put the ball into the box. Rafinha does so, goes in towards the middle, headed goalwards, helped over by Courtois to the corner for Barcelona. Out on the left hand side, Real Madrid are wanting a free kick for an altercation that went on inside the area. Lovely leaping header directed goalwards from Koundé. It was just dipping below the crossbar. Courtois didn't take any chances and he helped it on its way. It's going to be a third corner of the afternoon now for Barcelona. Out on the left hand side, in swinging corner on its way from Dani Olmo again. Instead plays this short to Yamal. Onto the edge of the area now with Pedri. Pedri's cross goes in towards the middle. Goes through absolutely everybody again. Barcelona, nobody gambling inside the area. These chances are coming. They're just not doing anything in that final third. Nobody's taking that final chance, trying to get a touch onto any of these crosses that are being made. Some superb balls into the box from Barcelona so far, though. Vasquez plays it short. Martin collects it because of the run that was being made over the top by Rodrigo, expecting the ball through. Bit of miscommunication from Real Madrid. Martin's ball down the line's blocked out by Tchouaméni, and it's going to be a throw into Barcelona on the left-hand side, inside of the opposition half. Throws this short back to Martinez. Across to Kabasi. Now to Pedri. Inside the centre circle. Out to Kabasi again. Now across to Martin. Martin finds space for Rafinha. Back to Martin. Outside of the area at the moment. Brings this inside. Looks for the pass. Bellingham's there, but it's won back immediately after by Olmo. Olmo then goes into a tackle with Vinicius Jr. and Bellingham comes away with the ball on the right-hand side. Goes down to ground and it's a free kick to Real Madrid on the right-hand side, and they'll just be able to slow the pace down. At the moment, these quick free kicks that Real Madrid are taking, when they're earning them, and the danger of having to get the ball away immediately is just working into Barcelona's favour, and it's gifting them possession back. And Courtois' save just being replayed inside the stadium. A very good save to make as well. Played short though from Vasquez, does this free kick. Now inside to Tchouaméni and Valverde. Valverde has to turn back towards his own goal, makes the pass to Asensio. Long ball over the top, it's going to be chased into space here by Rodrigo. Chance for Real Madrid, he's got Vinicius Jr. Now it's back to Rodrigo, onto the left-hand side, a chance for Ceballos, effort blocked. Falls back to the edge of the area and won back by Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni back to the left-hand side, now for Ceballos again. Goes towards his own half with a pass to Rudiger. And now Tchouaméni. Now Rodrigo, again, this time on the left-hand side. Dribbles it inside past Yamal. Tries to beat another player, though, and it's won back by Koundé. Now to Yamal. Yamal up towards the halfway line. He can drive forward with it. He's surrounded now by a couple of Real Madrid players. That's an awful tackle through the back of Lamine Yamal. He's gone down holding on to his calf area. The referee's just going to have a discussion now with Martinez, who's gone straight up and confronted the referee. He feels that maybe more than just a free kick should be given, but the referee's standing his ground and saying not on this occasion. It wasn't a nice tackle made by Dani Ceballos. And the free kick's the right decision. And I would have thought maybe a yellow card as well. Ferran Torres gets the ball now on the edge of the area. Dribbles it inside, tries to get a shot away, blocked from a roundabout. Referee standing his ground and 16 yards out. And as far as Martin on the left-hand side, tries to get it back to Rafinha, and Jude Bellingham wins it back. He's having to sit a bit deeper. The initial lineup allowed him to play as a supporting option for Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr., but Valverde, Tchouaméni and Ceballos are struggling in that midfield area that Jude Bellingham's just having to drop back further and help out. And possession's back to Barcelona again. 24 minutes gone on the clock. It is Barcelona 0, Real Madrid 0. However, Barcelona have had the better of the chances. They've had the majority of the possession. Just can't seem to find that elusive touch that's going to get them the first goal. Now it's with Martinez, just outside of the centre circle inside of Real Madrid's half, out left. Now for Martin by the touchline. Martin tries to get the ball back. Rodrigo's read it this time and wins it back for Real Madrid. And wins his side of throw-in after the ball comes back off of Martin. It's on the right-hand side, but it's Vasquez that takes it. And the referee's just pulled things to a stop and said it's actually going to be Barcelona's throw-in, and he's given a yellow card now across to Carlo Ancelotti. So I'm not sure if it was Real Madrid taking the throw-in when it wasn't supposed to be, and Carlo Ancelotti just arguing with the referee, but he's found himself in the referee's book. He's saying that he actually wants a handball from an earlier incident. And the throw-in has been taken on the left-hand side by Martin through the middle to Pedri, who's brought down to ground, and a free kick now inside of Real Madrid's half for Barcelona, just outside of the centre circle. Across it goes now to Koundé. Koundé now for De Jong. And now Pedri. Pedri back to De Jong again. Out to the right-hand side for Yamal. Waits for the support there from Koundé. Dribbles it inside onto his left foot. Through the middle for Pedri again. Drives to the edge of the area, and it's won back now by Rodrigo. And Rodrigo will go up towards the halfway line and loses out on possession to Yamal, who's rushing back with him and wins it back. Rodrigo screaming at the referee, saying he wants a free kick. And the referee's waved it away. And now possession is with Kabasi inside his own half to Koundé. Koundé through the middle to Pedri. Pedri inside the centre circle at the moment. Plays this back to the right-hand side for Koundé. Koundé through the middle for Olmos. Olmo tries to flick this on, but Rudiger's equal to it. Now Asensio out to Vasquez. Over the top towards Vinicius Jr. Headed away by Martin. Collected by Pedri on the halfway line. Onto the left-hand side, and Rafinha tries to beat his man, but Lucas Vasquez equal to it. And it's going to be a throw-in now on that left-hand side for Barcelona again. Now through the middle to Martinez. Finds Pedri. Now De Jong. Back to Pedri. De Jong's continued his run, has his Rafinha, but Rafinha's gone down to ground, which stops the pass from Pedri. As he tries to bring this ball back, he's got the ball between the legs of Rodrigo, but it's gone out of play for a throw into Barcelona on the left-hand side. Thrown back into his own half to Martinez, now across to Kabasi again. And in comes a tackle from Jude Bellingham, who wins it back, tries to get it through ball. Lovely, lovely tackle by Pedri. Back to his feet, long ball over the top for Yamal, just outside of the area for Barcelona. Up against Garcia. Dribbles it into the area, still with Yamal at the moment. Onto the edge of the area, it's set up nicely for Pedri, sends it goalwards. That is absolutely sensational. The future of Barcelona combining to give a well-deserved 1-0 lead just before the half-hour mark. And that has come from Jude Bellingham collecting the ball, trying to thread it through for Vinicius Jr. And Pedri just slid in, won the ball back, having read what Jude Bellingham was about to try and do. Got back to his feet, knocked the ball over to Lamine Yamal. And if anything was going to work for Barcelona, especially since the substitution of Ferland Mendy going off, it was going to work down that right-hand side. It's really been difficult for Fran Garcia to handle any of what Lamine Yamal's thrown at him. He's definitely onside. He's outside of the area and he's just driving the ball at Garcia, who's just stepping away. He's stepping away constantly. He's inviting the pressure from Lamine Yamal. And then as he's dribbled it inside, it's just fallen to Pedri on the edge of the area, who did not hesitate to place that in the top corner of the goal. There is not a goalkeeper in the world that is getting a hand to that. Much less the tallest goalkeeper in La Liga, in Thibaut Courtois, could not reach the top corner, having thrown himself across the goal. That goal is going to be played over and over again. It is one that Pedri will cherish for the rest of his career. Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 0. And Carlo Ancelotti's side really need to build up their game and grow into this, because otherwise it is an onslaught from Barcelona. They're in a league of their own in this fixture so far. And now it's back to Martinez on the left-hand side, and Real Madrid have given possession away all too easily. Martinez out to Martin now. By the touchline, he was waiting for that run through the middle from Ferran Torres. Instead goes back to Martinez again. And now for Koundé. Koundé dribbles this inside. Through the middle it goes. Another harsh tackle, this time from Rudiger. Onto the left-hand side, Martin tries to thread it through, gets it now out to the left-hand side for Torres. Torres finds the overlapping run. There's not an option in the middle. Across the face of goal, it goes from Rodrigo, but into the arms of from Rafinha and into the arms of Thibaut Courtois. He's down to ground inside the 6-yard box and holds on to the ball. And now we're going to see a yellow card for Tchouaméni. And I think it is just a case of frustration settling in for Real Madrid now. It's a late tackle in. Yeah, it's an awful tackle on Olmo. He's completely missed the ball and just taken the player down. And I don't know how Tchouameni's even having any complaints at the referee for the booking that he's receiving. It's definitely deserved. And we have got a break in play at the moment whilst Dani Olmo is being seen to by the physio. Barcelona won't want any injury, of course, as well to worry about. Olmo, the goal scorer in the 1-0 win against Mallorca last weekend. And they've got players on the bench warming up just in case. And they've still got quite a bit of strength on the bench if they do require Dani Olmo to leave the field. He's just been helped back to his feet now, and he is able to carry on as the physios leave the field. The referee says that when the physios have left, he's going to drop the ball back for Thibaut Courtois. And there's still a complaint going on from Tchouameni about the yellow card. And I think it's a very clear yellow card. Referee now drops the ball for Courtois, and we are back underway just after the half-hour mark here in the Copa del Rey final. Out of his hands, Courtois goes upfield, going to be chased down now by Vinicius Junior, who goes with a bit of a high boot onto the header of Kabasi, but the referee says that Barcelona can continue as they have possession and advantage into Real Madrid's half. Rafinha lays the ball off now for Martin on the left-hand side, goes back to Martinez, and now to Kabasi and Koundé. Koundé back to Kabasi and towards the penalty spot with a pass to Szczesny. Out onto the left-hand side for Martinez. Lets this ball run across his body, plays it down the line for Rafinha to chase. Can't gain possession, he ends up knocking it on further for Ferran Torres to chase. He's going to chase all the way through to Courtois. Gets the ball away with a left-footed clearance. Off balance as well, all the way through to Rodrigo, who's brought down to ground, and a free kick to Real Madrid inside of Barcelona's half. It's been a long time coming, but I think Real Madrid are now starting to grow into the game. Tell them just to drop the ball down. Out to the right-hand side now with Asensio, now to Rodrigo, and then Rafinha. Back towards his own half, and then out it goes now to Lamine Yamal. Yamal inside the centre circle, inside his own half. Yamal plays it out to Koundé, now to Yamal again. Yamal plays it through the middle. Olmo tries to get there, but Vasquez has read it well. Lays this ball off now for Rodrigo, and a chance for Real Madrid to press forward, but they are outnumbered by Barcelona's defensive players again. And Dani Ceballos, who tries to create some kind of attack down that left-hand side, is forced to go back into his own half with a pass to Garcia. Garcia is brought down to ground. Wants a free kick, and he's going to get one just inside his own half. Helped back to his feet, though, now by Lamine Yamal. And he takes the free kick himself, goes back towards Antonio Rudiger, just outside of the area. Rudiger now all the way back to his goalkeeper, and Courtois just outside the 6-yard box, up towards the edge of the area. Now to Asensio, outright for Vasquez. Vasquez goes down the line. Now Vinicius Junior, excellent work from him, gives the ball to Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham turns again onto his left and quickly switches over to his right and gets the ball past Pedri, and now plays this out left for Tchouameni. Cross comes in, headed away as far as Vasquez on the edge of the area, back through the middle. It's with Bellingham, it's 1-1. Flag goes up, offside. The celebrations are brought to an immediate halt, and he's saying there was an option making the overlapping run. He knew he was offside. Just going to have a look at the replay and see how far. Yeah, he is quite far offside, and he knew it. He's pointed directly to the player that was making the overlapping run. He said that Ceballos should have been the pass of choice. All confirmed offside, free kick Barcelona inside their own area. Taken out by Szczesny. Up towards Pedri. Pedri at the halfway line can take a touch, brings it inside and tries to find Lamine Yamal, but again Garcia's there, who's certainly stepped up his game since the goal was scored. Now for Lucas Vazquez, up to Torres, gives possession away, and Martin back inside to Martinez, through the middle, over the top again now for Ferran Torres. Torres is going to chase through the middle. It's gone out to Martin on the left hand side, takes it into the area. Martin tries to lay the ball off, and down goes again Barcelona players inside the area, and Real Madrid players. We've got two players down inside the area. That's a very late challenge from Martin. Free kick is given now to Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham is furious because there was an advantage for Real Madrid. He's not the only one, because Dani Ceballos is there. Lucas Vazquez is rushing his players away, and he's having a word with the referee, because he feels that while there is going to be a yellow card given to Martin at the moment, and it's well deserved because that's an awful tackle again, it's definitely getting heated between these two, and Dani Ceballos now is having a word with the referee again, saying that there's a clear advantage. The tackle that was made by Tchouaméni on the edge of the area has seen Olmo roll into Antonio Rudiger, and then the late tackle that was made by Gerard Martin onto Tchouaméni looked more like maybe a retaliation tackle, and Real Madrid were chasing down that right hand side and had Barcelona defenders outnumbered, and the referees pulled it back for the free kick to give a yellow card. So a bit of an inconsistency there. Now to Ceballos, out into the left hand side for Tchouaméni, into Vinicius Junior. Junior takes it into the area, lays this across the middle. There's no Real Madrid players there this time waiting for the ball. Just kept in play by Rodrigo. Now to Vazquez, onto the edge of the area. Across the middle to Valverde. Valverde plays it back to the left back, Garcia. Now for Junior again. Turns on the ball and loses his footing. Gives possession away to Yamal. Yamal's long ball over the top. It's going to be chased down by Torres. Flag stayed down for now. Rudiger's going to chase him down. Torres goes down to ground. The ball goes all the way through to Courtois. No free kick given. Real Madrid come away with the ball up towards the halfway line. Now inside for Ceballos. Now for Tchouaméni. Across to Asensio. About halfway between the edge of the area and the halfway line. Tchouaméni then gets the ball. Now to Vazquez. Vazquez back inside for Asensio. Asensio now to Rudiger. Rudiger out left with the pass to Garcia. Garcia can go up towards the halfway line. He'll continue to push forward. Down the left hand side, he's got an option. Can he get the ball to him? No, he can't. It's too heavy of a pass, and Valverde can't keep the ball in play. And it's going to be a throw into Barcelona on that right hand side. Into the final 5 minutes of regular time at the end of this first half. Just looking at Martin's pass back now. Ooh. Maybe there's an argument as to why Barcelona should have had a free kick first, but the referee didn't give it, and Tchouaméni drove forward with the ball for Real Madrid. That then obviously led to the yellow card for Martin, but now it's with Koundé on the right hand side, inside of Real Madrid's half. Now to Pedri. Pedri's ball over the top, finds Rafinha on the edge of the area, chests this down, takes this further to the edge of the area, plays the ball back, cleared well towards Tchouaméni, and Jude Bellingham gets in the way this time. And Valverde and Ceballos, excellent football between the two of them to make it up towards the halfway line, and Jude Bellingham's waiting for the run out on the right hand side from Ceballos this time, but he's opted to play it back instead. Now Valverde through the middle, but it's a poor pass and just held up on the ground. Didn't get all the way through to Vinicius Junior, making the run through the Barcelona defenders. Now out to the left hand side again with Rafinha this time. Slows play down for Barcelona, and Frenkie de Jong joins the attack. Now with Pedri. Now Olmo. Back to de Jong, just outside of the centre circle. Onto his left-hand side, he's got Martin in plenty of space by the touchline. Martin collects the ball. Back again to de Jong, around the halfway line. Dribbles this inside. Now into the centre circle with Martinez across to Kabasi. Back to Martinez. Barcelona opening up these gaps a bit easier now. Out to Martin by the touchline on the left-hand side. Then back inside to Martinez and across to Kabasi. Then out right to Koundé. Koundé back to Martinez. Now out left for Martin. Through the middle. Finds space for De Jong. De Jong can drive forward and will. He's got options to his left. He's got a couple to his right as well. One making the run through the middle. Gets it out to Olmo. Olmo through the middle. Away from Rudiger. As far as on the right-hand side with Tchouameni. Tchouameni plays it down the line for Vasquez. Vasquez has to twist and turn to get the ball away. Back through the middle for Tchouameni, who wasn't aware of it. Had to stretch out a leg but gets there first. Now it's with Ceballos. Onto the left-hand side for Vinicius Jr. Has Rodrigo on the right-hand side. Bellingham making a run through the middle. Junior chases this further down. He's up against Koundé at the moment. Loses his footing. Gets back to his feet and keeps possession. And plays it back to Dani Ceballos. And then to Garcia. And Garcia's pass out wide. Gives possession away. And it's a throw into Barcelona again on the right-hand side. Undertaken by Koundé. He's going to take his time in doing so. And then throws it down to Kabasi anyway. Now to Martinez. Out to Martin. Now to Rafinha. Back to Martinez. Now Olmo. Olmo goes back before getting it through to Pedri. Pedri continues his run, as does Olmo. Plays it back to Olmo, who's gone down to ground by a tackle from Rudiger, and a free kick's been given this time, and Pedri having a discussion with the referee again. And Olmo's just holding on to his shoulder this time. Just going to have a look and see if there's anything in the landing. There's a tackle into the back of him. Oh, and there's a challenge there from Rudiger, who's just laid the shoulder into the chest area of Olmo. There's plenty more yellow cards, I'm sure, to come throughout the course of this game. It's a fixture that's steeped in history. Stood over the ball at the moment is Rafinha. 4 players in the wall as Courtois organising the wall just on the edge of the area. Ferran Torres joins Rafinha on the edge to take this free kick. Rafinha strikes it, takes a deflection off the wall, goes wide. It's going to be a corner for Barcelona on the left-hand side. Their 4th corner, and it might just signal the last attack of the first half. We're getting towards that stage of the game now. Depending on how long it takes to set up for this set piece. Olmo with the in-swinging corner from the left-hand side. And it goes towards the 6-yard box. All the way through, it's gone and it's bounced off the post. Falls back into the path there of Pedri, who can't hit the target. Rudiger gets in the way of it and gets the ball away, and it's going to be chased down that left-hand side by Vinicius Jr. It's put away out of play for a throw-in now from Koundé, and Real Madrid tried to take the throw-in quickly, but there's nobody there for support. That corner's gone all the way through everybody and bounced off of the post. And I mentioned earlier that nobody was capitalising and gambling in that final third for Barcelona. You could say that's the case again. It's taken a touch off nobody on its way through. And that would have been a goal direct from a corner from Olmo. But instead, Real Madrid come away with the ball, and they've got a throw in now in the opposition half. Throws it back now to Rudiger. Across to Asensio. Asensio out to Vasquez. Back to Asensio. Through the middle to Valverde. Valverde onto the left-hand side for Vinicius Jr. He's up against Koundé at the moment. Tries to beat him. Takes it into the area. Koundé gets ahead of him. Sends the ball behind, and it's going to be a corner to Real Madrid on the left-hand side. Got an in-swinging corner on its way for Real Madrid this time, with 20 seconds left of regular time at the end of this first half. And that corner it's astounding how everybody's in that 6-yard box and nobody's got a touch on it. How the ball's made its way all the way through. And now we've got an in-swinging corner from the left-hand side that's going to be taken by Vinicius Jr. Plenty of options in the middle if you can get a good cross in. Goes in towards the 6-yard box, headed away though by Martinez. It's going to be a throw in from beside the corner flag for Barcelona. For Real Madrid, in fact, sorry, on the left-hand side. And Garcia's going to take it, just to allow Real Madrid to hold on to their positioning. 8 seconds left of the regular time. Not sure how much added time is going to be given at the end of this first half, if any. Kylian Mbappe may in fact be coming on at half-time, because he's just receiving some instructions from his manager by the touchline. while warming up. Throwing taken back. 5 minutes of added time given at the end of this first half. Has been quite stop-start with injuries, and we've got another stop at the moment with a Barcelona player down, but he is off the field, and Dani Ceballos walks away with a bit of a smirk. Lamine Yamal's gone down to ground. Feels like there was an incident there where Dani Ceballos has connected with him. The referee's just calling Ceballos over now. Yamal's back to his feet. Might just have a word with the two involved. Just having a look, Ceballos refused to give the ball back to Lamine Yamal. And just looking, Dani Ceballos has thrown the ball, and after he's thrown the ball and he's released the ball out of his hands, the trailing hand has come down and it's caught Yamal on the face, and it may have been exaggerated slightly, but the referee's done well to deal with the situation. Barcelona on the right hand side with Koundé dribbling the ball, and it's won back by Fran Garcia, who goes back to his goalkeeper just outside of his own area, sends that route one, headed away this time by Kabasi into the Real Madrid half. Brought down by Bellingham. Bellingham finds the ball through this time for Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior bearing down on goal, takes it into the area. That's an awful tackle. That's got to be a penalty, and it is a penalty to Real Madrid just before half time. Now we're going to see if he's offside first of all. Vinicius Junior is chasing this down the left hand side, takes it into the area, and that is an awful tackle made by Kabasi that's given a penalty away, and the referee is going to pull it back for offside, so there's no penalty for Real Madrid. Just looking when that pass is made. Ooh, I'm not sure if he's onside. Vinicius Junior is going to chase it down. It is an horrible tackle. He's actually gone into Szczesny as well whilst going in for the tackle. He's completely missed the ball. His boot has got caught in the ground, in fact. What he's done is he's gone to try and slide in, and the toe part of his boot has got caught in the ground, and it's kind of made things difficult for him, and it sent him driving into Vinicius Junior. But it's going to be a free kick now to Barcelona inside their own half. Out to Lamine Yamal, won back by Garcia. Inside now to Rudiger. Rudiger to Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni's under pressure. Goes back towards his own goal and plays this all the way back to Courtois inside the 6-yard box. Takes his first touch to drag this out right. And then the long ball upfield is headed away by Martinez onto the left-hand side. Brought down by Yamal, and the tackle comes in from Asensio, but a handball's been given, and a free kick now to Barcelona inside of Real Madrid's half. About 10 yards inside of it. We've now played 3 of the 5 allocated minutes at the end of the first half. Out to Martin. Martin through the middle for Rafinha. Rafinha's cross is blocked, and a free kick's been given for an off-the-ball incident, and a free kick has been given to Barcelona. And the referee's just dealing now with an incident that De Jong is not happy with, as is Martinez. Perhaps requesting more than just a free kick to be given, but this first half has been very stop-start between the two sides, just for foul after foul. An incident with Olmo, with Rafinha, obviously the one just a moment ago with Vinicius Junior. He is offside. It's only by his arm, and it's the 2D semi-automated offside that his assistant is in letting us know at a quicker rate than what the VAR official would have been able to do. Stood over the free kick now, though. We've got Rafinha and Dani Olmo. Options in the box for Barcelona to perhaps double their advantage going in towards the break. Cross comes in, headed behind. Corner to Barcelona, their 5th corner of the first half. And Olmo goes across to take this on the left-hand side into the final minute of added time at the end of this first half. Barcelona have been dominant for the best part of around about 35 minutes of it. There have been a couple of spells for Real Madrid where they've been the better side, but on the grand scheme of things, I'd say at half-time, Barcelona going in ahead is a fair scoreline to be on. Almost sends this in towards the near post, just kept in play this time by Torres. Away though from the edge of the area, goes towards Pedri. First time effort, and the ball rolls into the arms of Courtois. First time clearance out to Jude Bellingham, headed away by Martinez, back up towards the halfway line. They've been the dribbled inside now though by Tchouaméni, out to Valverde, brought down to ground, free kick wanted, nothing given, and now it's Barcelona to come forward with the ball. De Jong out to Yamal. Yamal turns back on the ball at the halfway line and gives this to Pedri. Pedri will now turn on the ball and drive out left as the half-time whistle goes here at the Estadio de la Coruña. It is Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 0. Courtesy of a goal through Pedri. Plenty of work for Real Madrid to do at half time and into the second half. Lucas Vazquez just been talking to the referee about a couple of decisions that were made there. It has been very stop-start. Plenty of tackles, nasty challenges from both sides going into this. Barcelona, of course, with one eye on the Champions League semi-final on Wednesday. They do have a 1-0 lead, made a couple of changes going into this game, but we'll be looking to avoid any kind of injuries. One change forced where Fran Garcia came on for Ferland Mendy, but at half-time it is Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 0. Courtois, and is back again in Barcelona's favour inside their own half. Now it's across to Martinez, just outside of the centre circle. It has been pure domination from Barcelona. In the opening 20 minutes, they've had 73% of the possession, and it's pretty much all been inside of Real Madrid's half. Now Martinez, a late tackle there on Rafinha. We're going to have a free kick to Barcelona. His first pass to Rafinha. Rafinha gave it straight back and went down to ground. And it's an easy decision for the referee to make, to give the free kick. It was Lucas Vázquez that just went straight into the back of him, and it was after the ball had been played from Rafinha. I think Vázquez is lucky not to have conceded a penalty there. To have received a yellow card, sorry. He was lucky to have not conceded a penalty earlier. But in a dangerous position. Barcelona stood over the free kick, and it is Rafinha that is doing so. Courtois just sets his stall up. Pedri stood over the free kick as well, so it's either him or Rafinha who will put the ball into the box. Rafinha does so, goes in towards the middle, headed goalwards, helped over by Courtois. Another corner for Barcelona. Out on the left-hand side, Real Madrid are wanting a free kick for an altercation that went on inside the area. Lovely leaping header directed goalwards from Koundé. It was just dipping below the crossbar. Courtois didn't take any chances and he helped it on its way. It's going to be a third corner of the afternoon now for Barcelona. Out on the left-hand side, in swinging corner on its way from Dani Olmo again. Instead plays the short to Yamal. Onto the edge of the area now with Pedri. Pedri's cross goes in towards the middle. Goes to absolutely everybody again. Barcelona, nobody gambling inside the area. These chances are coming. They're just not doing anything in that final third. Nobody's taking that final chance, trying to get a touch onto any of these crosses that are being made. Some superb balls into the box from Barcelona so far, though. Vázquez plays it short. Martin collects it because of the run that was being made over the top by Rodrigo, expecting the ball through. Bit of miscommunication from Real Madrid. Martin's ball down the line's blocked out by Tchouaméni, and it's going to be a throw into Barcelona on the left-hand side, inside of the opposition half. Throws this short back to Martinez. Across to Kabasi. Now to Pedri. Inside the centre circle. Out to Kabasi again. Now across to Martin. Martin finds space for Rafinha. Back to Martin. Outside of the area at the moment. Brings this inside. Looks for the pass. Bellingham's there, but it's won back immediately after by Olmo. Olmo then goes into attack with Vinicius Jr. and Bellingham comes away with the ball on the right-hand side. Goes down to ground and it's a free kick to Real Madrid on the right-hand side, and they'll just be able to slow the pace down. At the moment, these quick free kicks that Real Madrid are taking, when they're earning them, and the danger of having to get the ball away immediately is just working into Barcelona's favour, and it's gifting them possession back. And Courtois' save just being replayed inside the stadium. A very good save to make as well. Played short though from Vázquez, does this free kick. Now inside to Tchouaméni and Valverde. Valverde has to turn back towards his own goal, makes the pass to Asensio. Long ball over the top, it's going to be chased into space here by Rodrigo. Chance for Real Madrid, he's got Vinicius Jr. Now it's back to Rodrigo onto the left-hand side. A chance for Ceballos, effort blocked. Falls back to the edge of the area and won back by Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni back to the left-hand side, now for Ceballos again. Goes towards his own half with a pass to Rudiger. And now Tchouaméni. Now Rodrigo, again, this time on the left-hand side. Dribbles it inside past Yamal. Tries to beat another player, though, and it's won back by Koundé. Now to Yamal. Yamal up towards the halfway line. He can drive forward with it. He's surrounded now by a couple of Real Madrid players. That's an awful tackle through the back of Lamine Yamal. He's gone down holding on to his calf area. The referee's just going to have a discussion now with Martinez, who's gone straight up and confronted the referee. He feels that maybe more than just a free kick should be given, but the referee's standing his ground and saying not on this occasion. It wasn't a nice tackle made by Dani Ceballos. And the free kick's the right decision. And I would have thought maybe a yellow card as well. Ferran Torres gets the ball now on the edge of the area. Dribbles it inside, tries to get a shot away, blocked from around about 16 yards out. And as far as Martin on the left-hand side, tries to get it back to Rafinha. And Jude Bellingham wins it back. He's having to sit a bit deeper. The initial lineup allowed him to play as a supporting option for Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr., but Valverde, Tchouaméni and Ceballos are struggling in that midfield area that Jude Bellingham's just having to drop back further and help out. And possession's back to Barcelona again. 24 minutes gone on the clock. It is Barcelona 0, Real Madrid 0. However, Barcelona have had the better of the chances. They've had the majority of the possession. Just can't seem to find that elusive touch that's going to get them the first goal. Now it's with Martinez, just outside of the centre circle inside of Real Madrid's half, out left. Now for Martin by the touchline. Martin tries to get the ball back. Rodrigo's read it this time and wins it back for Real Madrid. And wins his side of throw-in after the ball comes back off of Martin. It's on the right-hand side, but it's Vasquez that takes it. And the referee's just pulled things to a stop and said it's actually going to be Barcelona's throw-in. And he's given a yellow card now across to Carlo Ancelotti. So I'm not sure if it was Real Madrid taking the throw-in when it wasn't supposed to be, and Carlo Ancelotti just arguing with the referee, but he's found himself in the referee's book. He's saying that he actually wants a handball from an earlier incident. And the throw-in has been taken on the left-hand side by Martin through the middle to Pedri, who's brought down to ground, and a free kick now inside of Real Madrid's half for Barcelona, just outside of the centre circle. Across it goes now to Koundé. Koundé now for De Jong, and now Pedri. Pedri back to De Jong again. Out to the right-hand side for Yamal. Waits for the support there from Koundé. Dribbles it inside onto his left foot. Through the middle for Pedri again. Drives to the edge of the area, and it's won back now by Rodrigo. And Rodrigo will go up towards the halfway line and loses out on possession to Yamal, who's rushing back with him and wins it back. Rodrigo screaming at the referee, saying he wants a free kick. And the referee's waved it away. And now possession is with Kabasi inside his own half to Koundé. Koundé through the middle to Pedri. Pedri inside the centre circle at the moment. Plays this back to the right hand side for Koundé. Koundé through the middle for Olmos. Olmo tries to flick this on, but Rudiger's equal to it. Now Asensio out to Vasquez. Over the top towards Vinicius Jr. Headed away by Martin. Collected by Pedri on the halfway line. Onto the left-hand side, and Rafinha tries to beat his man, but Lucas Vasquez equal to it. And it's going to be on that left-hand side for Barcelona again. Now through the middle to Martinez. Finds Pedri. Now De Jong. Back to Pedri. De Jong's continued his run, has his Rafinha, but Rafinha's gone down to ground, which stops the pass from Pedri. As he tries to bring this ball back, he's got the ball between the legs of Rodrigo, but it's gone out of play for a throw into Barcelona on the left-hand side. Thrown back into his own half to Martinez, now across to Kabasi again. And in comes a tackle from Jude Bellingham, who wins it back, tries to get it through ball. Lovely, lovely tackle by Pedri. Back to his feet, long ball over the top for Yamal, just outside of the area for Barcelona. Up against Garcia. Dribbles it into the area, still with Yamal at the moment. Onto the edge of the area, it's set up nicely for Pedri, sends it goalwards. That is absolutely sensational. The future of Barcelona combining to give a well-deserved 1-0 lead just before the half-hour mark. And that has come from Jude Bellingham collecting the ball, trying to thread it through for Vinicius Jr. And Pedri just slid in, won the ball back, having read what Jude Bellingham was about to try and do. Got back to his feet, knocked the ball over to Lamine Yamal. And if anything was going to work for Barcelona, especially since the substitution of Ferland Mendy going off, it was going to work down that right-hand side. It's really been difficult for Fran Garcia to handle any of what Lamine Yamal's thrown at him. He's definitely onside. He's outside of the area and he's just driving the ball at Garcia, who's just stepping away. He's stepping away constantly. He's inviting the pressure from Lamine Yamal. And then as he's dribbled it inside, it's just fallen to Pedri on the edge of the area, who did not hesitate to place that in the top corner of the goal. There is not a goalkeeper in the world that is getting a hand to that. Much less the tallest goalkeeper in La Liga in Thibaut Courtois could not reach the top corner, having thrown himself across the goal. That goal is going to be played over and over again. It is one that Pedri will cherish for the rest of his career. Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 0. And Carlo Ancelotti's side really need to build up their game and grow into this, because otherwise it is an onslaught from Barcelona. They're in a league of their own in this fixture so far. And now it's back to Martinez on the left-hand side, and Real Madrid have given possession away all too easily. Martinez out to Martin now. By the touchline, he was waiting for that run through the middle from Ferran Torres. Instead goes back to Martinez again. And now for Koundé. Koundé dribbles this inside. Through the middle it goes. Another harsh tackle, this time from Rudiger. On to the left-hand side. Martin tries to thread it through. Gets it now out to the left-hand side for Torres. Torres finds the overlapping run. There's not an option in the middle. Across the face of goal it goes from Rodrigo, but into the arms of... from Rafinha and into the arms of Thibaut Courtois. He's down to ground inside the 6-yard box and holds on to the ball. And now we're going to see a yellow card for Germany. And I think it is just a case of frustration settling in for Real Madrid now. It's a late tackle in from Rafinha and into the arm. And it is Real Madrid that will get things underway for us in this second half. Need to step things up from the way things ended in the first half. And it is Rodrigo off, Kylian Mbappe on is the change at half-time. Mentioned that Kylian Mbappe was getting warmed up just before the half-time whistle went. Real Madrid on the back foot against Barcelona, who have controlled this game quite well so far in the first half. And the goal from Pedri separates the two sides. And it's played all the way back now to Thibaut Courtois inside of the 6-yard box. Plays this ball out to his right-hand side for Asensio. Yamal on that right-hand side has really started things in this game and has controlled it quite well for Barcelona. So the lineups just remind you: Szczesny, Koundé, Kabasi, Martinez, Martin, Pedri, De Jong, Yamal, Olmo, Rafinha and Torres. For Real Madrid it is Courtois, Vasquez, Asensio, Rudiger, Garcia, who came on for Mendy in the opening 11 minutes through injury. And then it's Ceballos, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Bellingham, Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe, who's just come on for Rodrigo. Now Barcelona in the midfield area with De Jong out to the left-hand side, controlled by Rafinha. He's got Martin to his left even more. Martin then goes back towards the halfway line with a pass to De Jong. De Jong into his own half. Now to Martinez. Martinez back to the left-hand side to Martin. Martin through the middle for De Jong. De Jong takes a touch, drives it further forward. Inside now to Olmo. Olmo outright to Koundé. Koundé now for Yamal. Yamal fakes a step over, catches out for Garcia, but drops back with the ball anyway and gives it to Pedri, back inside to Yamal, now in a more central position. Across to Olmo, now for De Jong. De Jong back towards the halfway line, he's forced to keep turning around though as Mbappe closes him down. Out to the left-hand side, Rafinha sends it goalwards. Held well by Thibaut Courtois inside the 6-yard box. He puts the ball back down to the ground after Barcelona step away. Yamal then pressures him and forces the long clearance upfield up towards Mbappe, but it's won back in midfield by De Jong. Plays this down to Olmo, who's being held on to there, and a free kick now to Barcelona just inside of Real Madrid's half, just outside of the centre circle. It was Bellingham that had got his arms around Olmo. disappointed with the referee's decision yet again. He's voiced his opinion throughout the course of this first half. Now inside to Pedri. Pedri across to Olmo again on the edge of the area. Back to Pedri. He's got options to his right. Lines up his shot instead. Goes it himself. But gets too much under it, and it's going to be a goal kick to Real Madrid. Opening 3 minutes, it's Barcelona continuing from where they left off at the end of that first half. And continuing to put this pressure on Real Madrid. Ancelotti's one change made at half-time. See Mbappe and how he can try and help drive things forward for Real Madrid. In the last 5 minutes or so, they did manage to get themselves a bit more into the game. The short goal kick now, though, Courtois opted against and decides to go long by Tony's players to move out as well. It's headed away by Martinez up towards the halfway line. One back by Bellingham. Dribbles it through the middle of Pedri. And again, now across to Vinicius Jr. Can he get the shot on target? It's saved well. Falls back to Vinicius Jr. And another fantastic save at the near post this time by Szczesny. And it's going to be a corner for Real Madrid on the right-hand side. Bellingham won it back. Inside of Pedri, dribbled the ball, moved 10 yards further forward, and it opened up the space for Vinicius Jr., whose left-footed effort dragged it too far wide, made it a bit more of an acute angle. Not as acute as the second one after it fell back from the save from Szczesny. And Szczesny again at his near post, pushing it wide. Outswinging corner on its way for Real Madrid from the right-hand side now. Dani Ceballos is going to take it. Plays inside the box for them. Outswinger it goes, headed goal, which just wide from Lucas Vazquez. A goal kick for Barcelona to be taken by Szczesny. Out to the right hand side. Finds Lamine Yamal. He's forced to go back though, as there was a Barcelona player down on the ground. And the referee's just indicating that that's why he's told them to wait. The initial save was good. The second one was even better from Szczesny just a moment ago. I think Ancelotti's calling for maybe a handball, I'm not sure. But in the end, it's Koundé that will get things away from the short goal kick from Szczesny up towards the halfway line. Pedri goes down to ground. Managed to get the pass off first, though, onto the right-hand side. Now it's with Yamal by the touchline. Yamal's left-footed ball switches this across to Rafinha, just outside of the area on the left-hand side. Through the middle, finds Olmo in space, his effort's blocked. It's going to be a corner now on the left-hand side. Valverde rushing back. Managed to get himself in the way. Had to do so, though, because Olmo found himself in plenty of space. And it's again poor defensively from Real Madrid. They're just allowing players to get themselves through the middle. They're losing out on the runners. It's giving Barcelona these chances again. Martin and Martinez both into the box now as an in-swinging corner's on its way from the left-hand side for Barcelona. It goes towards the 6-yard box, away by Rudiger, back across though by Rafinha, further away by Asensio, chased down by Vinicius Jr, won back by Martin, out to the left hand side again. Yamal goes down to ground, wants a free kick, nothing given. He's off the field at the moment though. He's holding on to his knee area, but he's not able to get back onto the field, and the referee doesn't have to stop play because even though he's down on the ground, he is off field. As De Jong plays this across. Now with Martinez. Up to De Jong again. Through the middle to Olmo. Back to Yamal, who is back on the field now. And Olmo. Olmo lines up a shot. Plays it across to De Jong. And back to Pedri. Back out left. Now with Martin. Inside to De Jong on the edge of the area. And back to Pedri. Helps it all the way back to the halfway line with a pass to Martinez. Switched out onto the right hand side now, and Koundé gets the ball. Koundé through the middle. First touch this time onto the right hand side. Backheel from Rafinha, and it's offside given against him. And just outside of the area, Real Madrid will have a free kick to take. It's going to be taken by Antonio Rudiger. Plays it back to Courtois. Now for Rudiger. Out to Garcia. Down the line for Ceballos. Now for Yamal. Yamal dribbles this back, and it's been blocked again by Yamal. And Garcia will try and get the clearance away, and Yamal blocks it for a second time. And it's going to be a goal kick now to Real Madrid. They seem to have swapped sides of Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. try and keep the Real Madrid fullbacks on their toes as it's away from Garcia upfield. Handed on again by Vasquez. Down to the left-hand side for Mbappe. Takes us into the area. Mbappe with confidence pushing forward. Tries to get a shot away. Can't do so just yet. Takes it down the left-hand side. Saved by Szczesny. And it's a Real Madrid corner on the left-hand side. Well, I said that Barcelona started to get themselves into the game. Real Madrid have now started to do the same themselves. Barcelona carried on this second half as they started the first. And now Kylian Mbappe starting to get himself a bit more involved. And it's forcing Szczesny into a couple of things. A couple of saves. In fact, it is going to be a goal kick given in favour of Barcelona, and we'll see 2 more changes from Real Madrid. I think that's the wrong decision again. But we're going to see Modric and Güler coming onto the field. So Luka Modric is one of those changes, and the other is Arda Güler. And they're the next 2 changes for Real Madrid. Coming off is going to be Dani Ceballos and Lucas Vasquez. So again, a bit more of an attacking intent from Real Madrid. And the former Ballon d'Or winner, of course, Luka Modric joining the game. Lucas Vasquez not happy with his performance as he throws a war ball off the field. Now through the middle, Barcelona just carving apart. It's with Torres. He's got Yamal to the right. He's got Rafinha to the left. Opts to go with Rafinha. It probably would have been better going to Yamal, who was in much more space. And Rafinha strikes that goalwards, and it's gone just wide. It's a goal kick now for Real Madrid. But defensively, they seemed a little bit lost at that point. Rudiger's just shouting that they needed more support. He's the one that lost out on the possession, and straight through the middle. And Torres was the one. Through the middle, he'd got Rafinha wide to his left, he'd got Yamal wide to his right. Both players were in plenty of space. Chose to go with Rafinha, who couldn't hit the target. Goal kick taken by Courtois now, though. Back through the middle for Asensio. Asensio up towards the halfway line. Modric has to throw in for a tackle. 2 players down at the moment, and Real Madrid continue pressing forward. It's with Mbappe on the edge of the area. Dribbles us into the area. Onto his left foot. Brings it back again now with Vinicius Jr. Takes it wider. Can he send it goalwards? It's saved by Courtois. Back towards Vinicius Jr. Real Madrid want a penalty. Referee's not giving it, and Szczesny's played the ball out of play just because there's 2 players down injured at the moment. Let's have a look at the replay, see if there is a handball in this. Vinicius Jr. took it too far wide. His first effort was saved by Szczesny. I'm not sure if the rebound then resulted in a handball from a Barcelona player. Just going to look at another slow motion of it. Bounces off the knee. No, it's come off the heel there. It could be a pass back though. Not quite sure. Sometimes they're down to referees' discretion on the pass backs. But again, Carlo Ancelotti screaming for a handball. And the ball is actually in the hands at the moment of Wojciech Szczesny. Inside his own area. We are able to carry on with the players back to their feet. No injuries to worry about. And the throw-in taken from Vinicius Jr. goes all the way back through to Szczesny. And he'll be able to continue with the ball in his hands. Rolls this out now to his right-hand side. To Kabasi. Barca's long ball over the top, just a bit too high for Ferran Torres, goes all the way through to Courtois. Rolls this out now to Modric. Modric out left to Rudiger. Rudiger through the middle, flicked on this time out left. Now by Junior down the left hand side into space. Mbappe keeps going, well watched, and a good tackle there from Martinez. It's going to be a throw in on the left hand side now for Real Madrid. Across comes Garcia to take. Garcia throws this short, flicked on though by Junior, and Vinicius Junior's pass couldn't quite find Garcia, chasing down that left hand side, and we're going to have a Barcelona throw in this time. Not yet to make a change is this Barcelona side. Still using the same lineup that started the game. Played out left now for Gula. Gula chases down. It's away by Martin down the line. Ball has somehow stayed in play, or so we thought. It's been given as a throw-in, in fact, to Barcelona, but they've given possession away originally to Real Madrid. The referee's pulled it back. Throw-in taken by Martin down to Martinez. Martin this time can't get his clearance away, and it's fallen to Vinicius Junior, who has a shot on goal, and it's into the arms of Szczesny, who goes down to ground to collect inside the 6-yard box, claiming that it was his error that led to Real Madrid getting another chance. But they are building themselves the confidence now as well. Tackle comes in, and it's with Vinicius Junior again on the edge of the area. It's Barcelona that can't get rid of the ball. Junior puts it onto his right foot. Vinicius Junior effort just wide. Going to be a free kick, a goal kick now to Barcelona, as Vinicius Junior goes across to the supporters, saying that they want more noise inside the Estadio de la Cotoya. Played this short now from Szczesny out to De Jong. Has Lamel to his right. Lamine Yamal gets the ball inside the opposition half. Now to De Jong, back to Lamine Yamal by the touchline. Tries to beat his man, brings it back inside. Goes to De Jong. Then across in the end to Koundé. Plays it back into his own half, and Kabasi's going to chase it back. Waits for Mbappe to close him down before making the pass back to his goalkeeper. And then out to the left-hand side for Martin, whose clearance is blocked, but the attack from Luka Modric in that final third gave the ball to Vinicius Junior, whose effort did go just wide. It was only marginally wide. Back to Szczesny again. Under pressure from Mbappe. Finds the pass out to Koundé. Koundé through the middle this time. Torres is going to chase it down. He's up against Rudiger. Torres lays this back to Yamal. Onto the left-hand side for Rafinha. A chance for 2-0. Just wide again. It's very similar to what Rafinha just had on that left-hand side, where he dragged it too far wide. He's done that twice now in the space of the 15 minutes we've seen in this second half. We've just passed the hour mark, and nice build-up football again from Barcelona. Just in that final third, can't seem to take the chance, and at the moment Real Madrid are starting to build themselves into this game. When these chances are coming for Barcelona, they really need to be taking them this time, because the chances they're getting are very few and far between. It's not like the first half where they were controlling the possession and the way the game was going. Throwing on the right-hand side though. Now taken by Gula. Over to the left-hand side with Garcia. Garcia through the middle. Vinicius Junior is going to chase it. Bulls this inside, goes down to ground, wants a free kick. Referee said nothing. And Barcelona come away with the ball again now with Frankie de Jong. Up towards the halfway line, over the top, into the space. Going to be chased down by Olmo. Can he get there first? No, he can't. Away it goes by Asensio. Out to the right-hand side. It's back to Real Madrid attack this time. Here goes Gula down the right-hand side. Across to Mbappe on the edge of the area. Lines it up with his right foot over the top for Gula. Is it going to have too much on it? No, Gula keeps it in play. Still flag stays down, not offside. Back to Modric inside the area. Modric holds it up. Takes it into the area. Across the middle, it's gone all the way through. Koundé gets the ball away. It's going to be a throw-in to Real Madrid on the right-hand side inside the 6-yard box. It just needed somebody to take a touch for Real Madrid to equalise things. Now Modric inside again to Mbappe, tries to take it past one, has an effort blocked by Martinez. Another corner by Real Madrid, their third corner of the afternoon on the right hand side this time. But this is the pressure that they're piling at the moment. Barcelona can't seem to get out of their own half. There's going to be changes needed by Hansi Flick soon if Barcelona are to remain in control of this game. They need to regain it now. Out swinging corner on its way from the right. In towards the middle, punched away by Szczesny. Strong hand towards the edge of the area. Headed away further on by De Jong. Only into the path though of Luka Modric. Finds down the right hand side Garcia. Garcia puts it onto his left foot. Crossing towards the back post. Headed goalwards. Just wide by Junior. It's going to be another corner to Real Madrid on the right hand side. Vinicius Junior making that run at the back post. In fact, the referee's changed his mind on the back of the flag going up. And I think that's the right decision. And Garcia turned back on the ball. The referee's got to wait, and of course the linesman has to wait as well until the ball's gone out, and offside was then given. It's going to be taken by Szczesny from around the equal with the penalty spot, inside of his area, from just to the left of it. Plays this out now to Koundé. Koundé over the top. Yamal's going to chase it. Just kept in play though on the left-hand side by Garcia. Much better improvement from him as well throughout this second half. He wasn't didn't have a great performance in the first when he came on as a substitute for Mendy. Tchouaméni covering well though for them this time and gets the ball out of play, and a Barcelona thrown on the right-hand side. And we are going to see a Barcelona change now. And it is going to be Fermin Lopez coming on. And he's going to come on in place of Dani Olmo in a like-for-like change, so a bit more in that attacking third. Just try and offer a bit more support to Torres and Rafinha and Yamal as well. Olmo is slow to leave the field. 20 minutes gone into this second half. We are halfway through the second half, and as it stands, Real Madrid are yet to find that equalising goal. Going taken anyway. Now Szczesny out to the left hand side. Martin just keeps it in play. Goes back to Martinez. Up it goes towards the halfway line again. Takes a bounce all the way through to Güler. Güler back to his goalkeeper. Rudiger then collides with Torres. Referee gives nothing for it, but Rudiger then with the ball and gets hit back by Torres. Referee gives nothing for that one either. And now he's brought it back for a free kick because there's no advantage for Real Madrid, so he's letting things go. And I think that's just a typical thing where Rudiger's gone in on a late tackle on Torres, and Torres has retaliated, and I think Rudiger knew that was going to happen and just kind of like bought it at that point. Away by Courtois from the free kick though. Up into Barcelona's half, brought down by Martinez. Now to Martin into Real Madrid's half. Down the left-hand side, finds some space here for Rafinha. Across the middle it goes. It's a good ball, but doesn't quite have the legs to make it all the way through there towards Lopez. And it's onto the right-hand side for Real Madrid. And down to ground goes Asensio, and a free kick's been given because the referee says it was an unfair challenge from Rafinha. And just outside of the area on the right-hand side, Real Madrid will have a free kick to take. Chipped over the top. Tackle comes in this time from De Jong. Plays it down to Pedri. Late tackle comes in on Pedri. Pedri's gone off the field in a lot of pain. Jude Bellingham's the one that's thrown the tackle in there, and the referee's going to have a word with Jude Bellingham, and it's not the first time in this game that his name's come up for a reckless challenge. This time it was on Pedri, and I think it might be a collision with the advertising boards that's made this out to be worse than it is for Barcelona, but it's a heavy tackle from Jude Bellingham, but he has won the ball. It's a fair tackle. And Pedro's just being helped back to his feet. No booking for Jude Bellingham. But a free kick has been given to Barcelona. Martin plays it back to Martinez at the halfway line. Through the middle now for Lopez. Lopez across to Koundé. Koundé out to Yamal. Yamal by the touchline. Tries to beat his man this time. He's up against Garcia. Tries to beat him again. Continues running down the right hand side. Wants a corner, does Lamine Yamal. But a goal kick's going to be given to Real Madrid. Plays it short now out to Asensio. Asensio down the right hand side for Güler. Back inside for Asensio again. Back to his goalkeeper. Courtois inside the 6-yard box. Loses his footing as he gets the clearance away, but it goes up into Barcelona's half. It's headed away, however, by Kabasi. And then with Pedri. Pedri loses out on possession, and Mbappe beats his man. Goes down to ground as he gets the shot away. Goal kick's been given. Real Madrid are absolutely furious, and a yellow card's given to Kylian Mbappe. I don't think this might be the last yellow card we're going to see either, because Real Madrid feel that this should be a free kick at this point. Luka Modric is going to speak with the referee, who will explain things. I know the yellow card's been given to De Jong. So I think it's a free kick and Real Madrid wanted a penalty. As Mbappe dribbles it past, can he get his shot away? Yes, he can. It's outside of the area. It's definitely outside of the area. So if a free kick is being given, De Jong's brought him down to ground. It's not a penalty, so I'm not quite sure what Real Madrid are complaining about. It's definitely not inside the area. There's 2 Barcelona players around him, so it's definitely not the last man. But Frankie de Jong has been given a yellow card for his involvement. Real Madrid will now have a free kick and a chance to equalise. Kylian Mbappe is stood over this free kick. Luka Modric is stood over this free kick. Szczesny's just organising the wall. Big ask, big challenge here for Real Madrid. If they can do it. Mbappe stood solo over the free kick. Now he's got Modric joining in, but I think it's going to be Mbappe that strikes it. Steps up and takes it into the bottom corner. Real Madrid have found an equaliser. It's been on its way in this second half, and it's Kylian Mbappe that scored it. They needed to turn to somebody with some inspiration. And in this second half, Mbappe has certainly provided that. In the build-up, he dribbled the ball all too easily past Martinez and was brought down to ground by Frankie de Jong, who thought he was saving his side a certain goal-scoring opportunity. But Kylian Mbappe's free kick went just down the side of the wall, hit the post and bounced in. Real Madrid have been the better of the 2 sides in this second half. And it went with some velocity into that bottom corner. 2 sides that have been reckless in plenty of challenges. Barcelona will be ruining missed chances as Real Madrid draw level. Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 1. Out to Yamal now on the right hand side. Barcelona will want a quick reply. Now to Pedri. Now De Jong. Out to Yamal. Switches this over to the left hand side for Martin. Martin's crossing towards the back post. Headed back in towards the middle, and Courtois comes out to catch it just outside of his 6-yard box. Rolls this out left now to Mbappe, who's been brought down to ground. Wants a free kick for it. Looked like a bit of a heavy tackle again, but it's nothing against what's been going on in the theme of the game so far. And it's Kabasi that's put the tackle in. Mbappe is slow back to his feet. The good news for Real Madrid fans is he is back to his feet. Switched out right now to Gula. Gula goes back further into his own half with a pass to Asensio. And out right to Gula. Now down the line for Valverde. Back to Gula. All the way down the line for Valverde. Flicks this on towards Mbappe, but it's won back defensively by Martinez inside his own half. Just around the centre circle. Plays this up to De Jong. De Jong now for Pedri. Pedri got space to drive, but moves this further out right and invites pressure from Vinicius Jr. Onto the right hand side for Yamal. Back inside. Still support out on the right hand side for Koundé. Down the line. Cross goes in towards the middle. Barcelona wants handball, but Rudiger gets the ball away. Flicked on this time by Tchouaméni though, and it's into the path of Pedri. A tackle from Tchouaméni, and Pedri gets the pass away anyway to Kabasi. And across it goes to Martinez. Now De Jong. And now Pedri. Lets this run all the way across to Koundé. Now Yamal. Yamal onto his left foot. Tries to get a cross away. Can't do so. Now to Pedri. Pedri tries to thread it through. It's fallen in favour of Barcelona. Back to Yamal. Can't get a shot away. Surrounded by Real Madrid players. Pedri wins it back though. After Real Madrid do for a second get possession outside of their own area. And back across the middle for Yamal. Out to the right hand side. Finds the overlapping run. Here's Koundé. Cross comes in. Hard driven cross. And Real Madrid get the ball back. It's with Bellingham, who loses out to Koundé. Now to Yamal again. Tackle from Bellingham. Wins it back for Madrid. Laid off by Mbappe. Threaded back through. And onto the left hand side for Junior to chase. He beats his man. It's with Vinicius Junior. Takes it into the area on the left hand side. He's got options in the middle. Vinicius Junior lays it back and it's just wide. And Real Madrid wants a corner. Mbappe was racing in and Martinez is the one that got in the way. It is going to be a Real Madrid corner on the left hand side. But Barcelona just seem to really be struggling at this point, and it's really asking the question, how long do you leave it before making any more changes? Hansi Flick really needs to do something. Real Madrid have made these changes. Carlo Ancelotti showing his experience by making these changes when it was needed, and it's really tilted the game in Real Madrid's favour. A game that they really couldn't get into. And then as soon as they did, they haven't looked back. This time Vinicius Junior held it back for Mbappe, but the tackle made really makes all the difference. It's a Modric in swinging corner from the left hand side. Asensio goes down to ground outside the 6-yard box. Referee tells him to get back to his feet. In swinging corner on its way. Rudiger's inside the 6-yard box too. Modric cross goes in towards the middle, headed away. Back towards Modric near the corner flag. Sets himself up for another cross, blocked this time. It's going to be a throw into Real Madrid on the left-hand side. If Barcelona don't make any more changes soon, there's only one way in which this result is going. And it is not in the way of the side that scored first. We might see another Barcelona change in a moment. Nothing yet from Real Madrid, so the actions are going to be needed and going to be taken as Garcia throws this ball down and switched across by Vinicius Junior out to the right hand side. And now it's with Asensio. Asensio's cross blocked. Corner again for Real Madrid, this time out on the right hand side. 5th corner of the afternoon. And again Martinez is calling for more support from his midfield, who seem to be struggling at the moment. And Asensio, who was staying forward after the set piece, will stay forward even longer now. In swinging corner from the right hand side. Cross goes in towards the middle. Headed away only as far as the edge of the area. Chased back down again. Back to Valverde. Tackle comes in. It's another corner for Real Madrid, this time on the right hand side. 6th corner of the afternoon. No changes again. Barcelona are ready to make the changes, but you don't do it defending a set piece. In swinging corner goes in on its way again. Tchouaméni heads it, and he's turned the game on its head. Tchouaméni from inside the 6-yard box. It's an in swinging corner, and he's headed it comfortably past Szczesny. Barcelona was hesitant on making these changes, and it's taken too long that Real Madrid have completely turned the game on its head. They've been on control this second half. Barcelona just couldn't seem to get the ball outside of their own half. They've had a couple of chances, but it's nothing clear-cut. And Real Madrid have just grown into the game and gone from strength to strength in this cup final. And it is Aurélien Tchouaméni from inside the 6-yard box. There were a couple of players in that area as well. There was one on the line, but Rudiger was one of those players and Jude Bellingham was the other, but they'd both got their shirts being held onto. It allowed Tchouaméni a free header at goal. And it is now Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 2. And we'll see if Hansi Flick decides to go with those changes, or if he feels he needs to make any alterations to the changes he had planned. But the 70th minute with one change up against a fresh Real Madrid side that includes the likes of Güler, Modric and Mbappe off the bench. You're asking a lot for this Barcelona side that have been stricken by fixture congestion through multiple competitions. It is why completing things like the treble, the quadruple are so difficult, because you need to make sure that you've got squad depth, you're injury free, and it's something Barcelona just seem to be struggling with at the moment. And at the minute, Rudiger is just having his legs taped up by the physio before he is able to continue. Into the final 10 minutes of this game, it is now Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 2. Rudiger still on the field at the moment. He's now been told to go off, and Barcelona are able to continue and get things back underway, but Real Madrid are down to 10 players for the time being. It's now with Koundé. Inside to De Jong. De Jong loses out. It's with Mbappe out towards Vinicius Jr., but it's won back by Koundé, who's chasing back. Now to De Jong again. Held on to by Vinicius Jr. Turns away from him nicely. And now for Yamal. Yamal's ball across the face of goal. No Barcelona players are there, and it's away by Modric up towards the halfway line. Mbappe leaves the ball to it, and Martinez gets the header down. Now back to Lamine Yamal again on the right-hand side. These changes haven't yet been made by Barcelona. Back to Torres. Out to Yamal. Cross goes in towards the middle. It bounces all the way through, and it's away by Gula just before it gets into the path there of Rafinha making the run at the back post. It's still with Barcelona at the moment inside Real Madrid's half. Now with Pedri. Onto the left-hand side with Martin. Martin plays this back to De Jong. De Jong goes all the way back to Kabasi. Kabasi onto the right-hand side for Koundé. Koundé now to Pedri. Back to Koundé. And now De Jong. De Jong to Koundé. Yamal's to his right-hand side. Through the middle to Pedri. Chipped over the top. Going to be chased down now by Lopez. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. He's still battling into the Real Madrid area. He's taken down a player. The referee's given nothing for it. Real Madrid struggle to clear the lines, but Rudiger makes sure it's gone. And it's out of play for a throw-in now on the right-hand side to Barcelona, who are trying to show some urgency, and Koundé takes the throw-in. Throws this short now to De Jong. Through the middle to Pedri on the edge of the area. Now across. Back to De Jong. Switches this play now to Martin on the edge of the area. Takes the first touch, but Real Madrid win it back. It's with Asensio, who drives forward with the ball. Vinicius Jr. is making the run. He's now offside. Mbappe's making an overlapping run on the left. Gets the ball. Vinicius Jr. then through the middle. Takes the possession away onto the edge of the area. Vinicius Jr. driving down on goal. Can he get a shot away? No, he's forced to turn his back to goal. He has got Mbappe there for support. But now the flag goes up. And it turns out Vinicius Jr. was offside all along. When he made the original run, he was wanting the pass to be made, but it wasn't being made by Valverde. And then Mbappe tried it, hoping that Vinicius Jr. got himself back into an onside position. And back to the halfway line with Martinez, across to Kabasi. Kabasi outright for Koundé. Koundé back for Kabasi. Now through the middle to De Jong. De Jong forward to Torres. Now outright to Yamal inside the area. Onto his left foot. Yamal sends this goal, which tipped wide by Thibaut Courtois. And it's going to be a corner now for Barcelona on the left-hand side. 7th corner of the afternoon. Outswinging corner on its way from the left-hand side. In towards the penalty area, headed away as far as the edge of the area, brought down by Mbappe. Over the top, and it's going to be chased down by Vinicius Jr. He's up against Pedri at the moment. He gets there ahead of him. Dribbles this inside. He's got multiple players there for support, but also Barcelona have players back helping out. Now to Asensio, over the top, onto the right-hand side. It's now with Garcia. Crosses blocked, falls back into his path. And he's let that roll out of play, and it's going to be a Real Madrid throw-in on the right-hand side. It's going to be a Real Madrid throw-in, and they're just going to take the time, try and hold on to things here. These changes still not being made by Barcelona. They're now about to be made, and we are going to see Gavi coming on. No, they're not. They're being told to wait as Real Madrid will take the throw-in on the right-hand side. It's Gula to take. Goes this into the area. Missed by everybody. All the way through it goes to Kabasi. Sends us out to the left-hand side. Going to be chased down by Rafinha. Away again, headed down by Kabasi. Now to De Jong in space. Out to Yamal on the right-hand side. Miles dribbled this inside, over the top it's going to be. All the way through goes Torres. Torres has rounded the goalkeeper. Can he get it past the line? Yes, he can. Barcelona have equalised in the final 10 minutes. Ferran Torres made a run behind Antonio Rudiger and got between him and the goalkeeper. Courtois gambled on it. Just chested the ball past the goalkeeper and placed it into the empty goal. Just before the changes could be made by Barcelona the first time, Real Madrid made it 2-1. And just when they were preparing to make the changes again, Barcelona have made it 2-2. Ferran Torres now sets himself apart as the top goal scorer in this competition this season, with 6 to his name. Lamine Yamal brings it in onto his left foot. He's certainly onside. Over the top it goes. Ferran Torres runs through, gets there ahead of Rudiger and of Courtois, and plays it across the face of goal, and it falls into the empty net. It's a well executed finish, a ball over the top that's been chased down by Torres, and all the hard work Real Madrid have done to turn the game around has just been undone. Rudiger couldn't get there to stop it from going over the line. We're into the final 5 minutes of regular time. We might even be going to extra time or even a penalty shootout. But as it stands, with 5 minutes left to go, it is Barcelona 2, Real Madrid 2. And we will wait for those changes to be made. Araujo is coming on, and Gavi is coming on for Barcelona. And they're going to make those changes just now. Frankie de Jong's going off. And also Gerard Martin is coming off. So 2 changes for Barcelona to see things through to the end of this game. 5 minutes of regular time left to go. Going to be taken on the right hand side by Gula. Gula throws through the middle now for Vinicius Junior. Onto the edge of the area, switches this across, but he's had to drop back 5 yards to collect the ball. Waits for the overlapping run from Luka Modric and gets it. Now gives the ball to Garcia. Garcia back inside now to Vinicius Junior again. Looks to go through the middle, but it's ricocheted back, and Yamal's trying to play the outside of the footed pass again to find Ferran Torres, but it's read this time by Tchouaméni. His ball upfield's been blocked by Pedri. It's fallen into the path now of Tchouaméni again. Now to Vinicius Junior, down that left-hand side, manages to beat Gavi, and then he's brought down to ground, and it's a free kick. Koundé brought Vinicius Junior down to ground, just outside of the area on the left-hand side. We'll have another Real Madrid free kick. And the yellow card is what's been wanted. But wasn't the greatest tackle from Koundé, and he knows it. He put his arm up immediately, but a free kick on the left-hand side now that Luka Modric is going to go across and take. Players up from the back in Asensio and Rudiger again. Szczesny inside his 6-yard box. Modric stands over this free kick. Into the box it goes, into the near post. Headed on by Bellingham. At the back post now, though, is Araujo. Araujo's long ball down the line is going to be chased by Ferran Torres, but it's Asensio that gets there first and plays it all the way back to Courtois. Courtois out to Valverde. Now Tchouaméni. On the right hand side for Jude Bellingham. Dribbles this inside. Left-footed ball over the top. Finds Vinicius Junior just outside of the area. He's going to be chased down by Koundé. Onto his right foot. Can he get a shot away? No, he can't. There's multiple Barcelona players now back helping out. Vinicius Junior tries to get shot away eventually. Thinks it's taken a deflection out, but a goal kick is what has been given. And issues of instructions coming from Carlo Ancelotti. As we've got another Real Madrid player down at the moment, it is Vinicius Junior. Just been helped back to his feet by Araujo. Not sure if this is a change that is going to be made by Real Madrid. I think it is. It's a good tackle in the end from Koundé to get it back onto the shin there of Vinicius Jr. And it is Vinicius Jr. that is going to be substituted through this injury. Physio just assisting him to leave the field. He has put a lot of effort in, especially in this second half where Real Madrid have started to build themselves back into the game. And it's going to be Brahim Diaz that comes on in his place. So not so much a like-for-like change, but maybe a bit more of an organisational setup in the midfield area for Real Madrid. Vinicius Jr. is going to be the one that leaves the field in place of Brahim Diaz. Goal kick taken away by Courtois. To the left hand side, and out of play it goes, and it's going to be a throw into Barcelona on the right hand side. Can they complete a turnaround of their own? Real Madrid did it in the space of around 5 minutes. Can Barcelona do their own? With very little time left on the clock, around about 40 seconds of regular time plus any added time given at the end of the game. Then we'll go into extra time if it's required. 2 sections of 15 minutes before a potential penalty shootout if scores are still level by that point. By the time it gets to extra time, both sides will still have another substitution available to them, although Barcelona still have multiple at their disposal. Throwing on the left hand side now. Araujo to take. Goes this short. Gets it back from Torres, back to Araujo. Just to the edge of the area to Martinez. Martinez waits for the pressure from Mbappe, gets the ball upfield, but it's won back by Real Madrid with Rudiger. Plays this across and it's forced back to his own goalkeeper before Lamine Yamal can get there. 6 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Away by Courtois onto the right hand side, headed on by Bellingham. Brought down by Mbappe, but the tackle comes in from Kabasi and wins it back for Barcelona. And a free kick's now been given to Barcelona just inside of the centre circle. And another yellow card is going to be issued. This time it's going to go to the experienced Luka Modric, who's come on as a substitute and got the armband from Lucas Vazquez. It was his tackle that's led to the foul. Just inside the centre circle. It was a late tackle from Modric with quite a bit of power into the top of the boot there of Gavi. The free kick has been given. A minute of the 6 been played. Back to Szczesny. Out short now to Martinez. Martinez out to Araujo. Tackle comes in. Real Madrid win it back. It's gone to Pedri though. Pedri down the line. Finds the pass to Rafinha. Pedri continues his run. He's ahead of Luka Modric at the moment. Turns back on the ball and holds on to possession. Over the top for Rafinha to chase. It's skidded off the ground and out of play for a goal kick to Real Madrid. Pedri felt that maybe that was the right pass to do when Rafinha was chasing it, but in this surface, sometimes the ball along the floor is a bit of an easier option. Goal kick taken by Asensio. Gets it back just inside of the area. Now to Tchouaméni. Onto the right hand side for Goulet. Goulet down the line for Diaz. Won back by Barcelona though. Now through the middle it's back to Pedri. His effort's been blocked. 2 tackles coming from Real Madrid players and no free kick given, said the referee, but the clearance has ricocheted back off another Real Madrid player and fallen back to Lamine Yamal on the edge of the area. Sets this up for his left-footed effort, but won back by Tchouaméni. Gives this ball to Asensio, who's struggling to get the ball away. Now it's with Rudiger taking the free kick. Barcelona wants a free kick for a handball, but the referee said no, it was a free kick to Real Madrid, so the handball's valid. They've taken the free kick immediately. Upfield it goes now to Brahim Diaz. Switched out to the left-hand side. Brought down now, though, by Mbappe. Has to take it back into his own half. And across it goes to Modric. Still inside his own half at the minute. Modric spreads this play out right for Brahim Diaz. Through the middle. Going to be chased down. Good slide tackle. Well read there by Martinez. Wins it back and plays it short to Pedri. Pedri up towards the halfway line. Tackle comes in. He evades it. Outright. Now to De Jong. Now to Gavi. Back to Koundé. Contained to the opposition half. Out to Yamal. Yamal down the line. Going to be chased down by Lopez. Lopez keeps it in play. Goes back to Yamal. Through the middle. Nice ball back to Yamal again on the outside. Out to Torres. Plays this down the line to the edge of the area. Back inside towards Ferran Torres, but he's not equal to it. His tackle goes in late on Luka Modric, who's away from him though, and Torres holds on to the shirt of Luka Modric. A free kick's been given, and a yellow card has been given to Fermin Lopez, and the referee's just waved straight away. He's not even gone over to book him, he's just held up the yellow card to indicate there's a yellow card there and told Barcelona to get on with things and Real Madrid to get on with things. Now to Kylian Mbappe. Inside his own half, loses out on possession for Yamal. Yamal dribbles this inside onto the edge of the area now with Torres. Torres turns, takes it into the area. Can he get a shot away? No, he can't. He has got supporting options. He goes down to ground, wants a penalty, nothing given, and it's Tchouaméni that comes away with the ball, and now the referee's given a free kick in Real Madrid's favour from inside of the area. Much to their disappointment because they were coming away with the ball, but they've still got to play it down inside their own area, so might be valid and required at this point. Rudiger was the one that struggled to. He's clipped on the ankle there of Ferran Torres as well, so Barcelona will be wanting a penalty. I'm not sure. And then the tackle in from the substitute Lopez, which earns him a yellow card, is inside the area as well, but Torres is still wanting a penalty and the referee's still saying it's not going to happen. Into the final minutes of extra time. We've had a time the expected outcome here. I think that's a lazy way of going down, and gives the referee a decision to make, I guess. Torres has claimed that the referee's denied it. Free kick has been taken by Thibaut Courtois into the opposition half, headed away though by Martinez. Out to the left hand side now for Rafinha. Flag stays down for now. Rafinha drives forward, he's got options in the middle. Can he get across in? Takes it into the area himself, goes down to ground. Penalty given. It's a penalty to Barcelona in the 95th minute. The referee did not hesitate. Barcelona players are saying they want a yellow card for this. Rafinha dribbled it inside and is brought down to ground. And I think it is Asensio that's brought him down to ground. Followed the run. Luka Modric has just been spoken to by the referee. Rafinha has brought it inside. The outstretched leg. Oh, I think VAR may have a word to say about it. Is it a clear and obvious error? A penalty in the final minute. The dying embers of the most classic El Clasico. Could we be looking? Carlo Ancelotti's waving his fingers at the fourth official and the referee, saying that is not a penalty. We might get VAR assistance to decide if it is a penalty, if the right decision's been made by Ricardo de Burgos. Well, Rafinha has certainly made the best of it going down. The tackle's been made by Asensio and the penalty's been indicated. And Ancelotti may feel that this is very harsh. His players have been unplayable in this second half. They've been a completely different level. A Real Madrid that people find synonymous with the team name. A standard that has been set over many, many years by the club has stepped up in this second half to turn the game on its head. The referee still hasn't got a hold of the ball. We are getting a VAR check on the potential of a penalty before we get a final verdict. It is Tchouaméni with the ball in his hands at the moment, refusing to give the ball over to Barcelona. Now, there's a lot of rumours about what may have happened regarding the officials. So the referee is saying that he's going to go and have a VAR check. He's telling Barcelona players to leave him alone whilst he goes to have the VAR check. Gavi is telling the referee that he's given a penalty, it should be a penalty. Now, the thing is with VAR checks is if they're being told to go and have a look at the screen, the monitor, it normally indicates that the referee has made an error somewhere and the expectation is whatever the referee's decided is going to be changed. Now, if that's the case, the referee's going to decide this isn't a penalty. But at the moment, the Barcelona manager is just indicating to his players to leave the referee alone, to let him go and have a look at the screen. He's going to have multiple different angles to have a look at what's going on. He's just receiving a word in the ear from the VAR official at the moment. I'm not sure how much added time will be added on at the end of this, considering Rafinha's moved in with the ball, and it may be the arm on the back there of Asensio. Oh, he's grabbed onto the shirt of Rafinha. That's partly the issue, I think. His outstretched leg doesn't look like it's made any contact with Rafinha, but I don't think the referee's looking at the arm on the back of the Barcelona winger. So I think this is going to be overruled. I don't think this is going to be a penalty for Barcelona after all said and done. But he's now indicating for all players to move away from him, so he can indicate what the final decision is that he's made. He's indicated the screen. He's shown the symbol. But now he's talking to a Barcelona captain and the Real Madrid captain. And he's received a round of applause from Luka Modric, and it is going to be a free kick to Real Madrid, and it is going to be a yellow card to Rafinha for diving. So there's no penalty to Barcelona, and VAR has overturned the penalty decision that was given. Free kick to Real Madrid inside their own area. Celebration from Hansi Flick has been placed on hold. The champagne is back on the ice for Barcelona, as we have a couple of minutes left to go, as what was left at the end of the game before the penalty incident. If things do remain level, we are of course going to go to extra time and fail that, a penalty shootout going to be taken on the left hand side now by Araujo from the free kick that was taken. And we're not actually going to get that full minute after all. As soon as the throw-in's been taken by Araujo, the referee has blown full time. He's surrounded by Barcelona players that are not happy with the decision not to award the penalty after it was initially given. Gavi, the one that's over talking to him at the moment. But the full-time whistle has gone. We are going to extra time in the El Clasico in the Copa. Break won't take the full 15 minutes, but the referee's decision to give a penalty was overruled by VAR, and we are at full time. It is Barcelona 2, Real Madrid 2. A late penalty was given to Barcelona but waved away after VAR intervention, which means we will see this game go on for, at the very least, another 30 minutes. Should the score still be level, this game will be settled by a penalty shootout. The rallying cry we just saw heading in towards that break from Luka Modric, a substitute that came on for Real Madrid, urging his players to continue the job that they fought so valiantly to get themselves back into this game after a one-sided performance from Barcelona in the first half, finishing with around 70% of possession in their favour. It looked almost certain that Barcelona were going to be getting their first silverware heading into potentially a treble-winning season. Barcelona had other ideas with very smart tactical substitutions by an experienced Carlo Ancelotti, and Mbappe and Modric joining the fray and turning things very much on its head. Kylian Mbappe getting on the scoresheet, Tchouaméni finishing the turnaround, and Barcelona found themselves level after a long ball over the top from Lamine Yamal. Ferran Torres running through on goal, rounding the goalkeeper and putting it into the empty goal. It is Real Madrid that will get things underway to start the first of two 15-minute period of play. And it's Mbappe that plays the ball all the way back to Rudiger, just outside of the area, and out to the right-hand side. That pass goes now to Andre Güler. Güler plays this ball back to the edge of his own area to Asensio. Asensio dribbles this inside. He's under pressure from Barcelona players. Tries to switch it out left, but it's well by Koundé. Koundé inside now. It goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. And it's with Szczesny just outside of the area. Plays this ball short to his left-hand side for Martinez. Martinez up towards the halfway line. He'll travel with the ball and out left finds the pass now to Araujo. Araujo down the line to Rafinha, who thought on multiple occasions he might have won his side the game. Gets fouled in the build-up though, and actually commits a foul after losing out on possession. The free kick's been given in Real Madrid's favour by the touchline, and it's gone in favour of Güler. Güler plays this short, and it's been dispossessed by Pedri in the midfield area. Goes across to Gavi now inside of the centre circle, inside of Real Madrid's half. To his left to Pedri. Pedri turns back on the ball and goes across to Kabasi. And now across to Martinez. Again, still inside of the centre circle, through the middle, finds space for Ferran Torres, out onto the right-hand side for Lamine Yamal, and now Koundé again. And now across to Gavi, now Pedri. And then to the left-hand side for Araujo. And then inside for Kabasi. Now Pedri, back to Kabasi. This is the Barcelona we saw in the first half, just controlling possession, keeping Real Madrid very much at bay. Became a bit too complacent with the one-goal lead that inevitably cost them. And on to the left-hand side now with Martin. Tries to beat his man, but it's ricocheted back off the foot of Güler, and it's going to be a throw-in on the right-hand side now for Real Madrid. And Güler's left the ball to Diaz, that's going to take it. And we've now got a Real Madrid player down just on the edge of the area. Don't forget that in this extra time, both sides will, of course, then get an additional substitution should they require it. And back up to his feet now, and the referee looks like he's had enough of any of the time wasting from either of these sides. It's Valverde that's going to take the throw-in on the right-hand side in the end. Throws it short to Asensio, long ball upfield. Bellingham goes down to ground, nothing given. Yamal gets the ball from Pedri, feeds the ball back to him. Pedri's going to run forward with confidence. Out to the left-hand side now for Rafinha. Back through the middle, Yamal's going to get there. Ahead of Vasquez, then Bellingham with the tackle. Rudiger's going to try and throw a tackle in there as well. Real Madrid wants a free kick, it's not been given. Luka Modric comes away with the ball. Plays it out left for Garcia. Modric is going to give chase. Nice little back heel there from Bellingham. Through ball now from Vinicius Jr. Running through the middle is Garcia. Out to the left again. Mbappe's making a run at the back post. Lays this ball off, but it's read well by Kabasi. And away goes the ball back to Luka Modric at the halfway line. And Barcelona clear the lines, at least for now. The difference that Barcelona don't have in this passage of play they had at the beginning of the game is Real Madrid are much more confident now than when they started. It took them a while to get into the game, but it's with Mbappe inside of the area, turns back, lays this ball off inside the area. Asensio can't get it on target, and it's going to be a goal kick to Barcelona. But Real Madrid pressuring into that final third. The first tackle that came in from Kabasi. Normally that's a chance for Barcelona to play the ball out from the back, but maintaining that high press, Real Madrid aren't allowing Barcelona to do it. And it's winning them possession back around the halfway line. Goal kick taken short by Szczesny to Kabasi. Back to Szczesny inside the 6-yard box. Out left it goes. Further on this time to Martinez. Martinez back inside, on by Gavi. Back to Gavi again though. Down the line chased by Rafinha, but it's rolled away and out of play for a throw-in for Real Madrid on the right-hand side. It's going to be taken by Gula this time, inside of the opposition half. Only just by a yard or two though. Gula's left it for Valverde to take again. I think Valverde's going to sit in as a right-back option and allow Gula to push on. Throws it short to Modric, gets the ball back, and Valverde goes through the middle this time. Switched out to the left-hand side. Down the line from Garcia. Garcia's going to give chase down the left-hand side. Takes it to the edge of the area. Cross comes in. The clearance is met there, though, by Kabasi. Back to Garcia, who's let it go out of play for a throw-in. And will take it about equal with the penalty spot. Throws this down now to Modric. Across to Diaz. Now to Tchouaméni. Back to the left-hand side for Garcia. Garcia still on the edge of the area. Back 5 yards for Modric. He's up against Yamal at the moment. Has to dribble this inside. Takes it away from Lamine Yamal. Lays this ball off, but he's a poor pass and it's left his centre midfield partner in a lot of trouble with a lot of pressure at the moment with Gula. Gula back onto the left-hand side though for Garcia. Garcia's pass inside to Mbappe. Back towards the halfway line. We've had 5 minutes of the first session of extra time. Back it goes now to Asensio. Takes this back into Barcelona's half. Up to Tchouaméni. Switches over to the left-hand side. Now with Modric. Modric brings it in onto his right foot. Dribbles it inside and the tackle's made again. This time won back well by Kabasi. Finds Lamine Yamal over the top. It's going to be with Ferran Torres. He's got support at the back post. Can Rafinha get there first? No, he can't. Rafinha goes into a tackle at the back post. He's chasing it down and Valverde's going to chase it down with him, and he managed to get goal side and beat him to it. It's a lovely run by Lamine Yamal down the right hand side. He's walking with a bit of a limp, perhaps a bit of cramp getting to him as well. And throw down now to Gavi. This is the last thing Barcelona need, knowing what they've got coming up in the next week. Very, very tough battle against Inter Milan on Wednesday night in the first leg of the semi-final of the Champions League. The good news for them is they're at home. They've still got a lot of work to do in preparation for it. They've controlled this game well, and Inter Milan won't be an easy game either. Through the middle now, onto the left-hand side for Martinez. Martinez on the edge of the area. Cross comes back in again, away by Rudiger, who's back to his feet, but he's slow back to his feet, and he's in a bit of pain as well. And it's a throw-in on the left-hand side again. Martinez throws this down, and the referee pulls a halt to things, as we'll see another change for Barcelona. And it is going to be Eric Garcia coming on for Pedri in the midfield area. So a like-for-like change through the middle for Barcelona, but his goal that separated the two sides throughout the course of this first half will certainly be a goal that's played on repeat through social media and goal of the season contenders, I'm pretty sure. I think it's certainly going to be up there as arguably the best goal we'll see in this competition, at least this season, if not ever. Out to the right hand side now, and we'll see what introduction Gavi can have. Cross goes in towards the middle, and it's claimed by Courtois. Rolled out now to Asensio. Can't drive forward with Real Madrid, but gets the pass through the middle to Luka Modric, who has to stop in his tracks and wait for the ball to get to him. It's just held up slightly. Switch this out to the left hand side now for Fran Garcia again. Down the left hand side, and the ball's headed out of play by Koundé, and it's going to be a throw into Real Madrid on that left hand side in the opposition half. 7 minutes left to go before the end of this first half of extra time. Now to Rudiger. Tchouaméni out left. First touch from Garcia, searches for Mbappe but can't find him. Koundé plays the ball out of play for another throw in on the left hand side. And taken down through the middle. Now for Tchouaméni. Over the top. Headed away this time by Koundé, but Mbappe's held his run. His pass has only gone as far as Koundé anyway. And then Gavi comes in with a slide tackle. Plays the ball out left for Rafinha, inside his own half at the moment. And back inside for Gula. Now back to Rafinha. Out left for Gavi. Further left for Martinez. Back inside for Gavi again. Barcelona holding on to possession inside of Real Madrid's half. Finds some space here for Rafinha. Out to the right hand side for Lamine Yamal, just outside of the area. Finds the overlapping run for Torres. Torres brings it back inside. A couple of ricochets. And the ball bounces through to the arms of a very grateful Thibaut Courtois. Inside the 6-yard box. Who's again slowing things down as Torres closes it down. Rolls us out short now though to Asensio. Mal Asensio's long ball up towards the halfway line, headed on by Jude Bellingham into the path of Kabasi, who helps it back to his goalkeeper, but it's with his foot and Szczesny can't pick it up, has to chip this ball over and has to get that right with a pass back to Kabasi, because Kylian Mbappe was stood right in front of him. That's exactly where it's got to, and Kabasi plays this up to Gavi. Into the centre circle now with a pass to his right to find Garcia. Garcia now for Koundé, over the top for Lamine Yamal, who's come short for the ball. Gone all the way through to Garcia. Stops it from going out of play for a goal kick. I don't think the ball was quite making it without any additional effort though. And a tackle comes in, it's a hard tackle, and we've got a Real Madrid player down inside the centre circle, and Barcelona will carry on going forward. It's all the way through to Thibaut Courtois, rolled out now to Asensio again. Now to Modric. Modric can turn on the ball, looks to his left for support. Lays the ball off as Barcelona and Real Madrid are back to 11 players apiece. And the ball goes into Rosed there by Kabasi, who's taking absolutely no chances, equal with the edge of his own area. It was a tough tackle into Jude Bellingham, who stayed down for a couple of seconds, but eventually got back to his feet and ran off any sort of knock that he may have got from that challenge. And throwing now to be taken on the left-hand side for Real Madrid. Throws this down the line to Mbappe. Heavy touch from Mbappe. Tries to keep on to possession, and the tackle comes in and he wins his side of throwing anyway on the left hand side. Similar sort of position to where it was just a few seconds ago. Taken again by Garcia. Garcia then with a pass from feet gives possession away, and it's with Barcelona making a run this time. Gavi plays it to the right hand side for Yamal. Yamal's cross goes in towards the middle towards Rafinha, but it's too close to Courtois, and the Real Madrid goalkeeper will collect. Rolls it out now to Gula. Cross to Modric. Now to Rudiger just outside of the area. Down the left hand side to Garcia. Garcia's pass further down the field. It's won back by Koundé again. Real Madrid want a free kick, but Koundé's tackle was fair, says the referee. Now across to Gavi. He's got support from Martinez on the left hand side. Martinez just outside of the area. Back inside to Gavi again. Gavi through the middle. Finds space for Rafinha, who takes his time with the ball, and it allows Real Madrid to get back, and it's fallen to Luka Modric. Over the top this time. There's an incident off the ball the referee may have to deal with in a moment, but is allowing play to continue. And now he's brought it back. Given a free kick in favour of Barcelona. I think he's given it in favour of Real Madrid actually. And I'm not quite sure how, because he's looked at it and he's indicated that there's an arms around the player is the symbol that he's given, which tells me that looking at the replay and the initial incident, that's a free kick to Barcelona, but it's gone in Real Madrid's way anyway. Switched over cross from the left hand side, headed down by Koundé though, and it's possession back with Barcelona. Yamal's cross goes in towards Rafinha again, who goes down to ground inside the area. Wants a penalty. This time the referee's not giving it, and if we get a VAR check, it'll certainly change what's just happened. Referee's allowing play to continue, and Barcelona have won it back. It's now with Martinez on the left, into his own half with a pass back to Kabasi. Now to Martinez by the touchline. Torres is now back to his feet and gets himself into an onside position as Martinez plays this inside for Gavi. Late tackle, but it's still fallen to Rafinha. Through the middle to Torres. Torres, can he get a shot away? Yes, he can, but drags it just wide. From 8 yards out, it looked certain that Barcelona were going to at least be testing Thibaut Courtois. There were two players making a run through. Either was onside. And Ferran Torres, with his first touch with his right foot, drags it to his left-hand side. Tries to get it across the face of Courtois' goal, but drags it just inches too far wide. And it's back to a Real Madrid goal kick into the final minute of regular time at the end of this first half of extra time. Courtois places the ball through the middle again. Options to either side of him. He sent these players up towards the halfway line as his goal kick goes up into Barcelona's half, quite deep into Barcelona's half. Headed on by Jude Bellingham out onto the right-hand side. A chance here for Real Madrid, cross blocked. We'll get a Real Madrid corner now from the right-hand side. And we'll get Asensio and Rudiger making their way upfield for it. I dare say if there's not going to be any added time, this could be the last action we see at the end of the first half of extra time, if the referee allows this corner to be taken. Everybody back for Barcelona. Rudiger does make his way into the area, as does Asensio. Cross goes in, left-footed cross in towards the near post. It's headed away as far as Lamine Yamal on the edge of the area. Tries to make a breakaway for Barcelona up towards the halfway line, and the referee blows for half-time in extra time. Nothing clear-cut from either side at the end of the first half there. Another corner for Real Madrid. Another chance that goes begging for Ferran Torres. Even if it is a chance that's only inches wide, I wouldn't say it's a clear-cut chance. He's still got players surrounding him. We had a moment where Rafinha went down and wanted a penalty, but it wasn't given. Quite the opposite of what happened at the end of the first half, where the penalty was given. And then after a change of plan due to VAR intervention, we go in at the break of extra time. We are 15 minutes away from a penalty shootout. It is Barcelona 2, Real Madrid 2. inside of Barcelona's half. Goes back towards the halfway line now for Tchouaméni, and then Rudiger. He goes to Asensio, all the way back to Courtois on the penalty spot onto his left foot. Courtois sends the ball upfield, headed away though by Koundé. Down to Yamal on the right hand side. Passes this inside now to Garcia. Garcia out to the right hand side. Cross comes in this time from Lopez into the middle. It's from Ferran Torres, takes a touch and puts it into the bottom corner to make it 3-2 to Barcelona. But now the flag goes up. Now is it Torres that's in an offside position? Yes it is, and looking at the replay it's absolutely right. Real Madrid will take the free kick from inside their own area. The goal will be disallowed. And from Thibaut Courtois, plays this ball upfield. Gives the ball away though in Barcelona's midfield area to Gavi. Gavi plays it out onto the right hand side, and this time the effort's gone from Ferran Torres and it's hit the roof of the netting just on top of it. Too much on it this time around, and Jude Bellingham's going to receive a yellow card for a late tackle on Eric Garcia. And I think that's been a long time coming, that yellow card for Jude Bellingham. It's something that he's done a couple of late challenges in for, and he's not stopped complaining at the referee's decision making throughout the course of the game. So he's done well to get to this stage of the game without a yellow card. He needs to be careful, otherwise he'll not be allowed to be one of the players that takes the penalty. And it's going to be Courtois to take the goal kick. Out to his right hand side, poor distribution sees it out of play for Barcelona throw-in. It's going to be taken on the left hand side from Martinez. Martinez goes back into his own half with a throw now to Araujo. All the way back to Szczesny, just inside of the area. Szczesny again goes out to his left hand side, his favoured side if you will. Headed down though by Valverde. Twists and turns on his back and gets the ball out onto the right hand side. It's a great ball as well to Gula. Gula plays it across to Mbappe, who holds it up and plays it back to Gula. Now back inside, cross goes through the middle towards Jude Bellingham. Flag stayed down for now, but the ball went all the way through to Szczesny, who took a punt on hoping that it went all the way through to him and didn't get into the path of Jude Bellingham making a run through the middle. It's been rolled out by Szczesny to his right hand side for Kabasi. Kabasi's ball over the top. It's going to be chased by Torres on the right hand side in space. Tackle comes in from Tchouaméni, and it's going to be a corner to Barcelona on the right hand side. It's going to be their 8th corner of the game so far. It's a lovely tackle by Tchouaméni. Had to get there first and win the ball from Lopez, otherwise missed a lot for his side. Corner on the right hand side though for Barcelona now to be taken. Players coming up from the back. Kabasi makes his way in there, as does Martinez. Araujo sits back to cover. And swinging corner on its way in towards the near post, headed goalwards again just over. It's going to be a goal kick this time to Real Madrid, and Courtois doesn't show any urgency to get to the ball. It allows Barcelona to regroup, but allows Real Madrid to do the exact same thing. Final 10 minutes of this game then, and we're going to see another change now for Real Madrid, and it will be their final change, and it will be the departure of Antonio Rudiger, who's going to leave the field. Did pull up in the first half of extra time with a bit of cramp, and he's going to be replaced by the top goal scorer in the competition for Real Madrid, and that is Endrick, with 5 goals in the competition this season. He was, going into this game, level with Ferran Torres. Torres, however, scoring the equalising goal for Barcelona to make it 2-2. Sets himself apart from Endrick. And Rudiger leaves the field to a round of applause from all the Real Madrid supporters that have made the trip to hopefully see their side lift this trophy for the 21st time. They're against the side that are hoping to win it for the 32nd. The goal kick to be taken by Courtois again on his right hand side of the 6-yard box this time. He's up to the right hand side of the field. It's headed away and out of play by Martinez. Throwing is to be taken on the right-hand side by Valverde. Goes this down now for Bellingham. Back into his own half with a pass to Asensio. Asensio out left. And then back to Garcia. Garcia now for Modric. Back into his own half with the pass to Diaz. Now Asensio. His pass over the top. He's headed away to Yamal. Yamal inside of Real Madrid's half. Plays this through ball for Gavi. Gavi's going to chase down towards the edge of the area. He can carry on running as well. Plays it across the middle. It goes. It's been collected though on that right hand side by Real Madrid defender. And Valverde, who had to follow the run across from Rafinha, had to get there first because Rafinha was running through on goal otherwise. And he's managed to launch a counter-attack here for Real Madrid. It's with Mbappe on the left-hand side. Dribbles it in onto his right foot. Plays this all the way across. Collected on the edge of the area by Goulet. Finds the overlap there from Koundé. Plays the ball through for the run that's been made by Valverde. Managed to avoid the pass to Koundé, who was chasing that. Real Madrid just take the time going back towards their own half. Now to Tchouaméni. Onto the right hand side for Modric. Finds a nice little overlapping run being made there by Diaz. Diaz's cross goes in towards the middle. It's gone to absolutely everybody. It's going to be a goal kick to Barcelona. Jude Bellingham making a run to try and get his header on target. About 3 or 4 yards further back, and I'd say that was a good ball for Kylian Mbappe, who wasn't gambling at the back post. He was a bit further out at the 6-yard box when the cross came in towards Jude Bellingham. He couldn't quite get a clear connection with the ball. The goal kick's going to be taken now by Szczesny. No near support. Gets it deep into Real Madrid's half again. Headed away by Jude Bellingham. Back into the half by Kabasi. Deep into Real Madrid's half. It's gone all the way through to Thibaut Courtois. Holds onto the ball around the penalty area. Courtois drops this to his left foot. Sends it up over the top. And towards Koundé. In a battle at the moment with Modric. Modric wins it though and goes inside to Jude Bellingham. Across the middle now with a pass to Valverde making the run. Now Tchouaméni continues his run down that right hand side. And now it's to Brahim Diaz. His cross has been dealt with though by Kabasi again. Onto the left hand side for Martinez. Martinez's ball down the line looks for Rafinha. Rafinha gets it. He's left the ball to run though, and now he's been played the ball through, and he's got himself back in an onside position. He didn't need to play the ball that early because Ferran Torres and the run being made at the back post by Lamine Yamal could both have been very beneficial for Barcelona if they'd just waited a couple of extra seconds. That ball going over for Rafinha would have seen both of those players through on goal. But we're having to see another change for Barcelona, and it is Ferran Torres that's coming off. And he is going to be replaced by Pau Victor. And a final roll of the dice from Hansi Flick. And it's a throw in on the left hand side to Barcelona to be taken by Martinez. Just outside of the area, equal with the edge of the area in fact. Goes this short. Gets the ball back. Down the line it goes. It's taken a ricochet and it's fallen back there. Though Modric has gone in with a tackle. Modric has played this across. It's fallen to Koundé. Koundé sends it low into the bottom corner. And that has surely won it for Barcelona. With 5 minutes left on the clock. Jules Koundé dispossessing a poor pass from Luka Modric, who has been simply faultless since coming on for Real Madrid. And Koundé collected the ball about 25 yards out, drove forward with it for a couple of yards, picked his place in the bottom corner of Thibaut Courtois' goal, And with venom, he struck that ball to give Barcelona a 3-2 lead in what almost certainly looks to be a game-winning goal. Barcelona have fought and fought against a very valiant, and credit to Real Madrid for being such a valiant opposition. But you can see with the looks of the Real Madrid bench, the players on the field, the supporters in the stadium, that hearts really are truly breaking. They sit 4 points behind Barcelona at the top of La Liga. This looked almost certainly their only chance of silverware this season. And Koundé, superbly, read and dispossessed. A misplaced pass from Luka Modric, a player that very rarely makes errors, has made the most costly of errors at the most pivotal of times. And Jules Koundé capitalised with the ultimate punishment into the bottom corner. It is Barcelona 3, Real Madrid 2. And Real Madrid will have all the hard work to do again. A side that was so far behind Barcelona in this first half. And Modric has tried passing the blame, saying that he feels that, and I think it's a fair argument, that maybe Brahim Diaz should have come and met the ball when the pass was being made instead of welcoming the invite to Koundé. Well, now with Luka Modric, gets things underway for Real Madrid. Out to the left-hand side now for Garcia. Garcia through the middle. Now to Mbappe, into the area. Can Mbappe seal it? He's been brought down to ground. Penalty! No, it's not. He's offside. The penalty was originally given to Real Madrid, and this time the referee's changed his mind because the flag went up for offside. This script simply could not be written. It's definitely offside when the pass was being made through. And the turn on the ball on a sixpence from Brahim Diaz played it through to Mbappe. It's most certainly a penalty. But Brahim Diaz is offside in the build-up. And that penalty has been waved away. It is a free kick now to Barcelona from just outside of the area, which is where Brahim Diaz was when he was offside. And now Szczesny takes the free kick. Very heavy free kick as well. Asensio just keeps it in play. Can't get things away completely. Garcia tries as well, but Lamine Yamal gets the ball back for Barcelona. And wins a throw-in for his side. Real Madrid are trying to urge Barcelona to take these quicker, but there's nothing in this world that is going to make Barcelona hurry this game up. Last minute of regular time, and now Real Madrid get the throw-in on the left-hand side. Can they push everybody forward to get something out of this? Throw-in taken, it's given possession back to Barcelona. And now the referee's blown his whistle and gives a free kick to Real Madrid. Just inside of the area at the moment. Thibaut Courtois will take it. Plays this short to Luka Modric. Modric over the top. Mbappe's going to chase it. Headed away by Kabasi. Back into Real Madrid's half. It's on the edge of the area now. Back helping out again is Luka Modric. Gets the ball away. Goes towards Garcia. Tackling from Lamine Yamal. Throwing to Real Madrid from the left-hand side. Equal with the edge of their own area. Taken short by Garcia. He gets the ball back. His clearance is blocked again. Back to Garcia again to take the throw-in on this left-hand side. From in front of the Barcelona dugout. Lamine Yamal struggling with the cramp. Trying to keep up with play. Thrown down the line by Garcia. About 15 yards gained down the line this time for a throw-in for Real Madrid. Taken by Luka Modric. Through the middle this time for Asensio. Back it goes to Diaz. Over the top towards Gula. Brought down by Modric. Through the middle. It's going to be chased by Diaz. Away by Szczesny. It's going to be a throw to Real Madrid on the left-hand side. Garcia prepares to take it quickly. He does so. And then Real Madrid have to run onto the field to stop a second ball from getting on. But it's still Mbappe with the ball. Switches this out right. Headed down from a heavy pass. Flag goes up offside. Free kick equal with the edge of the area for Barcelona. I'm not quite sure. I've lost in all that how much added time has been given. 2 minutes added time has been given. It's margin, but it is offside on that right-hand side for Endrick. And Barcelona will take the time before taking this free kick. Such a deflated Real Madrid bench at the moment. But listening to the support and the cheers and the celebrations from the Barcelona bench and the Barcelona players and the fans, it's going to really give off a deflated feeling. Szczesny takes this free kick. Upfield it goes. All the way through. Away by Valverde. Up towards the halfway line. Header won this time by Kabasi. Back deep into Real Madrid's half. Into the area it goes. Offside flag this time against the run that's been made by Victor, and it's going to be a free kick to Real Madrid just inside their own area. Courtois is going to stand over it, equal with the penalty spot. Long free kick taken, upfield it goes, headed on by Jude Bellingham into the path of Mbappe. Holds this play up, plays it out left now. Mbappe continues chasing it down, takes it to the edge of the area. Mbappe moves in, a free kick's been given to Barcelona, much to the frustration of Kylian Mbappe. A waving arm must have caught Gavi in the face. He has, but it's only marginally, and Gavi has sold that for absolutely everything that he could. And Mbappe has kicked the ball away, and we might now see a red card go towards... No, it's a yellow card to Antonio Rudiger, who's been held back by multiple members of the Real Madrid bench. There was a lot of rumours going on towards the way in which this would be going on. No, Rudiger's been sent off. And Rudiger is absolutely furious, and it's taking multiple players from the bench, including the staff, to hold Rudiger back from getting onto the field. There may be extra time being added on even at the end of this, but Rudiger really needs to be calmed down. He was substituted earlier on, and the referee's decision at this point, Rudiger's shouting abuse towards the referee on the field. There may be some impact from Spanish FA on this after the game, but there was a lot of talk about just what was going on with Real Madrid at this point. But Rudiger went onto the field, shouted towards the fourth official and the referee. There were multiple Real Madrid players that was absolutely furious with the decision, and Rudiger is one of those players. Rudiger didn't actually go onto the field. It was Vinicius Jr. that did, but Rudiger's the one that's been sent off, and he's the one that's now been sent towards the dugout. He's been told he's got to go towards the changing rooms. I'm not quite sure just what escalated, but he was absolutely furious. And after all that's been posted on social media, the news of why Real Madrid were rumoured, alleged, to not be playing this game, it shows more frustration from the Real Madrid bench. And it's a free kick to Barcelona. It's the final kick for Barcelona. The full-time whistle has gone, and for the 32nd time in their history, Barcelona are the champions of the Copa del Rey. They'll be lifting the trophy within the next 20 minutes here at the Estadio de la Cotoya. Based on the first half performance, they very much deserve to be named champions. On the second half performance, it is such a harsh feeling for Real Madrid. You can only feel while seeing the emotion that radiates off the players on the field at the moment as Barcelona run to celebrate with